challenge. And now to meet the teams, Team Alberta. And their opponents, Team BC. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that if you're able to, please rise and remove your headwear for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
And obviously, Team BC kind of snuck away with one there.
Yeah, they did. And last year's game was fantastic. What's really interesting and even challenging, I'll say nerve-wracking for the coach and athletes, these tournaments are so quick. You win the first one, you're in the gold medal. You lose the first one, you're out. The best you can do is finish third.
Yeah, U16 Western Challenge, just a 2-game tournament. So winner of this game going on to play for a gold medal on Saturday, which is exciting. It's a hot day out here at Libel. It's good crowd out there as well, which is awesome to see. Lots of people traveling in from out of the province.
Yeah, and weather should not affect the game too much. We can see the Canadian and Saskatchewan flag here on our left side, not waving too much around. So the weather should not play too much of a factor here, maybe outside of fatigue, as it is quite warm.
That's right. Patricia Leon with the kickoff for Team BC. That one's going to fall on about the 30-yard line. It's going to break one tackle there and rally tackle there just across the 40-yard line.
So we get our first look at the Team Alberta offense. A couple of returning players, but a fairly young team. Last year we saw a no-huddle, run-pass option type of team where 2 quarterbacks went in and out during series, even midway through series. We are sure to expect something different this year according to their coaching staff.
Yeah, we talked about that pre-game with their coaches as QB number 9, Nash Marzoff, lines up in the gun with the split back here to start the game, lining up with a tight end to start the game. Motion across there. Nash takes the handoff, takes the snap, hands it off there. Nice run off the right side. Good cut there. Breaks one tackle, and that's going to move the chains for a first down.
Opening up with a double tight end formation, inside handoff. Not an easy thing to do for a defense if you're not prepared for double tight end, because that's not a super common formation in Canadian football.
No, nice run on the play there by number 11 receiver Steele Law in the backfield there for that to start the game. That will move the chains. Team Alberta here, first down just over half. Nash calls for the snap. He takes it. He's going to hand that off once again. That's the time it's up backfield by a handful of BC defenders.
Yeah, go with the single tight end here. So obviously they must like their tight end personnel on 2 first down plays using tight ends. But good job at defensive line from Team BC.
Yeah, apologies on that first run there. It was actually number 11 for Team Alberta there, Alexander Odenyo with the nice carry.
Yeah, one of 2 very key leaders in that offense. The quarterback, Nash Marzoff, that played last year, and then Xander, also a returning player. They're 2 of very few second-year players on this team.
Marzoff in the gun again, single back. He's going to motion out this time. We see the jet motion. He's going to choose to hand that off. He's got some room on the left side. Breaks outside the corner there, and he's going to get brought down at about the 24-yard line.
Well, nice little jet sweep. We started with some inside runs. Now we're going wide, really trying to test and spread wide that Team BC defense. So far, so good for Team Alberta.
Another nice job by number 11, Odenyo, there on the jet motion.
Yeah, clearly it looks like Odenyo is going to be a big part of their game. One of these returning players, the coaches.
Tight end set, this time to the field side. Number 24 lined up as a tight end. Sebastian.
Quote, they have their best this team put into this game. They think it's their chance to maybe finally get that win against BC and reach the final.
Start here on their first drive, moving the chains, couple first downs, as Marzov is in the gun again here. Looked like some early motion, but Nash Marzov's going to look to the end zone to number 3, and it's going to fall just incomplete, just off the outstretched hands of his receiver there.
Yeah, that's too bad. He took a shot here, and they had it. Receiver won his battle against the DBs. Quarterback placed the ball just out of reach of the receiver, so we're looking at 2nd and long.
Zachary Arlane, the intended receiver there. Nice route on the play, got open, just missed it there, though. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Team Alberta here on their first drive.
Now, I want to go back to what we were saying about the coaching staff before we gave them a chance to chat. They talked about their tryout process this year, very different than last year. They had competition, Team North against Team South. What they wanted to do is get their athletes more game experience heading into the tournament.
And they're going to do that jet motion again here and hand it off once again off the right side. Nice run. He's going to get brought down at about the 6-yard line and going to make it 1st and goal.
Really nice play. It looks like they're trying to they go inside, they're going outside, they're going inside, back to outside. One of the things to make a jet sweep successful like that is good receiver blocking, and we saw that out of the field side wideout. I thought it was a really good job blocking downfield, and we're looking at a 1st and goal, aren't we?
Yeah, so that was number 3 again. He didn't get the catch on that first down, but Zachary Arlane gets the jet sweep and moves the chains on the ground there for Team Alberta, bring up 1st and goal on the 6-yard line. Marzov in that split back formation again for Team Alberta. They'll motion a receiver behind him. He's going to hand it off this time. Nice cut in the backfield there. Gets a few yards. That's number 11 carrying the ball once again, Alexander Odenyo.
Good job of Team BC defense. They've got to find a way to hold down the fort here, maybe limit them to 3 points or maybe force a 3rd down attempt. This is a big play early in this game.
Marzov getting the call from the sideline in the huddle right now. This year, coaches are able to communicate with quarterbacks electronically.
Yeah, they are. It's a new rule brought in by Football Canada for amateur football. So the offensive corners of both teams have the ability to talk to their quarterback at any time. This communication never gets cut off.
Marzov's going to take that snap. He's going to fake it, keep it himself off the left side, stretches it out. Looks like he might have got in, and they are calling that a touchdown.
Yeah, fantastic run, tough run in between defenders, close to the official even.
Yeah.
The way to get in there.
So a nice drive by Team Alberta. Marzov keeping it himself to finish it off at the end there. Strong start once again for Team Alberta.
Yeah, very much so. Let's go back to that comment. You talked about, you brought forward the fact that coordinators can speak to their quarterbacks. So contrary to professional football, there's nobody here who stops the communication, meaning that the line is open during the play, in between every play, and now it's the coordinator's job to make sure they don't talk the whole time and let their quarterbacks do a bit of thinking. But it's a new rule brought forward to amateur football, and from all I know, this might be the first game that we see this in this country.
Extra point attempt is going to be good. Just sneaks over the crossbar. That's number 40, Carter Millsap, out of Grand Prairie there, putting that over. That's going to give Team Alberta a 7-0 lead over Team BC here with 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
3.5 minute drive going down the field. It looked fairly simple for Team Alberta. They kept it on the ground most of the drive, going inside, going outside, switching it up. Look, they're off to a strong start.
Yeah, great first drive. So, Olivier, we'll talk a little bit about, our role, what we can do. We appreciate everyone watching at home. We're going to be able to see some of the comments online. Not everyone this year, but we're going to do our best with the ones that we can see. Obviously, we're very thankful for Sports Canada TV having us back here, doing a great job at Game 1 here.
Yeah, fantastic. So don't be shy to comment in the chats. We're already seeing similar comments from last year. I'm assuming you're the same folks asking if the game is on FanDuel. No, it is not available for live betting.
There's going to be a flag down here. Take a second to announce our officials for today's game. Our head ref, Yves Lalonde, number 10. Our umpire, Grant Wookert, number 62. Our down judge, Brad Dutchin, number 126. Our line judge, Bailey Grambuller, number 76. Our side judge, Rod Hazen, number 40. Our back judge, Amy Kowalski, number 12. We'll talk about her a bit later. We have obviously know Amy quite well. Field judge Marv Mullaney, number 43, and our referees in chief, John Ross and Frank White.
Yeah, great crew for the tournament. Recognize a lot of names who've been doing so many games in this province, and nice to see Yves Lalonde as the head referee for today's game. He's excellent. He's been around the game for so long. He's a good communicator and just does a great job managing the games.
So that flag is going to be on Alberta. They're roughing on the play, so that's going to move Team BC up for their first drive. They're going to start just over the 45-yard line. Patricia Leon in at quarterback. Empty here, empty set. They'll motion a receiver in across the field there. Looks like it's going to be a reverse. He's going to take that double reverse, and he's going to try and get the edge there, and a decent job, actually.
On the right side, he was brought down quickly by number 21, Ethan Coates. Loss of 2 on the play, second and 12. Pass from Patricio Leon is intended for number 9, Isak Muhammad. Flag is on the play. Gain of about 3 yards. It'll be second or third and 7.
And this time, Leon will look to throw it, and it's going to fall off the receiver's fingertips. Tough catch there. It's going to fall incomplete and be a turnover on downs.
I like the play call. I think they dialed up something where they could get someone open. There was room there for completion, just a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, off the fingertips. Like you said, good play call. He was open, but Team Alberta forces a turnover. So now they're going to start on the 50-yard line of BC to start their second drive.
An opportunity for Team Alberta to really repeat last year's first half and take an early 2-score lead. Let's see if they stick to the ground game once again as they come out here in a single tight end set.
Marzov's going to take the snap in the gun. This time he will keep it himself, rolls right, looks to throw. He's pointing at a receiver. He will look to throw it, and he makes the catch off the fingertips. That's number 11. We've seen Xander Odenyo a few times now. He's having a good game.
I mean, that is great football. Tough to tell if it was a call play action or if it was more of a read type of look from the QB, but regardless, he pulls the ball, boots out, he signals to his star receiver to get open downfield, and wow, I mean, what a play.
Odenyo out of the Calgary Cowboys program, hometown Calgary, of course. Making a lot of plays today. Nice job by Marzoff there. You mentioned pointing at his receiver where to go from the Holy Trinity Knights in Calgary. Marzoff will be in the gun here again. Tight end to the left. Going to take that snap. He's going to roll on his feet, but he does a good job picking it up off the turf and scrambles, but that's going to be a tackle in the backfield for Team BC, making a nice job of that bad snap.
Yeah, I mean, quarterback is trying to make something happen out of the bad snap, and Team BC says, not right now. We need to stop, so they're forcing second and long deep in their own end.
Mackay Clements with the tackle in the backfield out of Vancouver College, hometown of Surrey for Team BC. Nice play in the backfield there.
Yeah, and Team BC, we'll mention where these players are from best we can. Both of these teams, both coaching staff mentioned that their players come from all over the province, which can be a challenge because now it's difficult to get together on the weekends and have a practice, but you've got selection from north, south, west, and east, we're told.
So Marzoff in the gun, single back. He'll take the snap, nice snap that time. Quick throw out to the backfield to number 20. He catches that and has to make some players miss, but nice job, BC there rallying. That's complete to number 20 there for Team Alberta.
So we're looking at a third and extra long, maybe third and 11 here, deep in their own zone. Are we thinking field goal here, Chris?
Looks like they are going to sub some people on here, so expect them to kick a field goal here. That's Matthew DePelch out of the West Edmonton Raiders Football Club there on the reception.
Tackle on the play by number 75, Finn Mever.
So good job by Team BC. Tough field position for them to start with on their side of half and holding it to a potential field goal attempt here.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a moral victory for the defense, limiting to 3 points if it is indeed what happens here. But Team Alberta has to feel good about the start to this game. I mean, they've scored in their first drive. They got 7 points. They took advantage of a turnover to be in a position to score again. It's a bit of a dream start for Team Alberta.
Looks like we have an injured player down, but looks like he's going to be okay walking off on his own power, just needing a quick break. So Team Alberta will go for the field goal here.
A 22-yard field goal attempt from the right hash.
We see that personal protector there in the backfield, just deciding on which side to go to. He lines up on the left. Curry Millsap lining up for the field goal here. Nice snap, good hold, and it's going to be a short kick off the helmet of that front line, and Team BC is going to take over right there.
I mean, look, good for Team BC. They find a way to hold them down and force a field goal, which is obviously much better than a touchdown, and make the best out of that opportunity. A little bit of a perhaps difficult hold or kick, not sure. We'll see on the replay here. But yeah, good for Team BC finding a way to keep this a one-score game.
So BC is going to start here just over the 15-yard line. We'll see if they look to do something trickery-like again, like they did on the last drive, or more of a traditional we've seen them throw so far. We haven't seen them run the ball other than that reverse.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what they come out with. I know they like their quarterback play a lot, so maybe they'll keep the ball in the air quite a bit, but we'll find out.
So Patricia Leon empty in the backfield again. Looks like he's going to have some running backs motion in to protect him there. He's going to look to his left. Nice throw and completion there, and that's going to move the chains for a quick first down.
Yeah, really well done by Team BC. You had a classic cover one-man coverage there, and there's got a receiver winning his one-on-one route. A good throw by the quarterback. That's 1st and 10.
Believe that is number 15 with the reception there. Nice job by Leon. Quick throw over the middle, fitting that into coverage there.
Yeah, really nice throw and catch by the Team BC offense, and well-deserving of their first down.
So we see Leon in the gun here once again. Motions his running back in all the way across, and they will hand it off this time off the right side. And good job by Alberta there. Short gain on the play. Good job by both sides.
Yeah, I mean, a decent push by the offensive line here. Something you want to figure out early during a game as a coordinator. Can my, front 5 players, can they open up some holes for my running back? And a gain of 5 or 6 on first down is very good. It kind of confirms that yes, we can run the ball today, and that's something you got to figure out early as an offensive coordinator.
That's number 13, Ryan Rebagliotti out of the Okanagan Mission Secondary. And again, folks, we're going to do our best with pronunciation. We're going to make some mistakes. We'll do our best to keep an eye on the comments as much as possible. And we tried to get as much pronunciation from the coaches as we could before the games, but we'll do our best here as Leon will take the snap, looks to his right again, completes it once again. Receiver with some nice wheels there. That's number 6. Cody Hagel with the reception.
I mean, a big gainer here. We're talking close to 30 yards. Good first down for BC on second and medium. They needed that.
That's going to move the chains. They get into Team Alberta territory. Ball's going to be set up on the 48-yard line, it looks like. Nice job by the O-line there for Team BC, giving Leon time to throw. Kano Dyer will motion across. Leon takes the snap. He's going to look. Looks like some confusion in the backfield. He's going to fumble that, and the ball's still loose on the play. Flags down. We'll see what the call is here. Be interesting to see maybe some fumble interference or a face mask. We'll have to wait and see what the refs say.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot going on out there. We're going to need a replay to sort this one out.
It looked like it was recovered there by number 84, Jonah Joel, but then it squeaked loose, so we'll see what the refs call. Going to be interesting. They're going to talk about this one for a second, I expect. Yeah,
there was a boundary side blitz there from number 2, with either outside linebacker or playing halfback, put some pressure on. Good timing for that. But let's see what the officials tell us.
Number 2, Joel Resch out of the Grand Prairie Raiders. We've mentioned a couple players from Grand Prairie already today.
All right, so face mask on the defense. First down for BC. They escape with a little bit of a scare there, but they get the first down and they're marching.
Well, we saw. I don't know if you can see it on the replay. It looks like you can. It looked like a mouth guard flew out, so that's why I kind of thought maybe a face mask. What happened there? Although you see sometimes kids don't always have their mouth guards in these days. But that's going to give BC a first down. A little bit of a scary play, and that's going to move the chains. That's going to move it all the way up to about the 37-yard line. It looks like 38.
Okay, so
33-yard line.
BC showing us that they can run the ball, showing us they can pass the ball. What are you expecting here as they approach the red zone?
We've seen BC throw the ball very well. I wouldn't be surprised to see them stick with that. Maybe a quick hook. They've had some success there. They had that nice completion to Cody Hagel on that one play. We'll see if they look to go back to that. They will motion O'Dwyer in there, and he will just hand it off quick up the middle there. Nice job by that O-line. Quickly rallied upon by Team Alberta, but a nice first down play.
Yeah, and that O-line is pretty good. We're talking to the head coach. You mentioned number 68, Kingston Miskinis, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, from Surrey. Just one of these really good leaders on the O-line, really good player. I know we don't talk with the linemen often. They don't get all the stats. But I think it looks like that right tackle is a pretty good football player.
Yeah, nice hole there on first down, so it's going to make it 2nd and about 5 for Team BC. Good drive here. Penalty aided a little bit, got bailed out on that fumble, but they'll take it and make the most of it here.
Absolutely.
Leon will line up empty again, but we see them line up like this and then motion one of their 2 slot backs in quite often, whether to run the ball or just for pass pro. O'Dwyer motions in. This time he will just set up in the pass pro. Leon will look to his left. He's got a receiver open. Nice timing on that throw, and that's another first down.
Yeah, not easy to hit a deep out in Canadian football from one hash all the way to the numbers on the other side. That's like a 48-yard throw or so for a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, I believe that's number 6 again, Cody Hagel out of GW Graham in Chilliwack, BC. He's having a nice game.
And really nice timing. You can tell these quarterbacks, receivers practice together and they know their stuff, because that's a timing throw and a nice first down for Team BC.
So BC will have first down here in Alberta territory. This time he's got 4 to his left on the boundary. We'll see if someone motions across. They looks like they'll send 3 over this time. Lots of motion. They will toss it to the field side there, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. A great job by that Team Alberta defender. Looks like he's hurt on the play, but that's a nice play in the backfield.
Good timing with Team Alberta. They brought their middle linebacker on a strong B or strong C type of blitz, almost like they knew it was coming there. So very good defensive play call by Team Alberta, limiting the Team BC gain.
I believe that is maybe number 2 down, who made the play in the backfield, Joel Resch. We've mentioned his name already once. Nice play. Hopefully he's okay. But You know, we saw a lot of that motion that Team BC is doing every play, and Alberta's handling it really well so far.
Well, yeah, and Team Alberta seems to be playing man coverage, from what we can tell from here, so the motion should be difficult. But for a reason or another, Team Alberta just seem like they're very prepared for this. Maybe they've done a good job scouting their opponent using last year's film. But yeah, they seem to be handling the motion very well, especially for a team who's playing man coverage, where they have to chase players all around the field.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Team Alberta leading 7-0 over TBC while they're driving here. Obviously a loss on that play. We'll see if they can get it in the end zone. But a good first quarter here between Team ABC and Team Alberta.
Yeah, and it does go quick. These are 12-minute quarters. You only get 2 games in the entire tournament. You got to make the best out of your opportunities right away. And I can't believe how quickly we're in the second quarter. It seems like it flew by.
Yeah, real fast. And correction there, it's number 6, Odin Ward, down for Team Alberta. That's who made that nice play in the backfield. Getting looked at by the medical staff for Team Alberta. Looks like he's going to be helped up and able to walk off under his own power, which is great to see.
Yeah, Odin is playing the strong side linebacker position. A very important position in Canadian football, because sometimes you're covering the number 3 receiver, sometimes you're playing in the box, stopping the run. You need to be versatile to play that position.
Yeah, you know, strong side linebacker, dime. It's interesting. You talk to coaches, different nomenclature between provinces. We talk a lot about in Saskatchewan, even how we number our holes on offense is different from Regina to Saskatchewan, which we won't get into too much. But it's interesting to see. Our good friend Paul Harrison could do probably a whole class on football nomenclature and how different it is.
Paul Harrison, one of the running back coaches, receiver coaches, Primary University of Regina Rams. He is known for his ability and his the level of depth of knowledge that he has with those kind of things.
Leon's going to take that snap. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to find his receiver on the goal line, and that is Cody Hagel once again finding his way to the end zone.
Absolutely beautiful pitch and catch. Team Alberta, who motioned their defense to a cover 2 look very late, which you would think is a good defense against a deep corner post, but doesn't matter when the quarterback puts the ball in the perfect location.
No, they're having great timing so far. Money throw on that. The lefty quarterback, nice spot on that ball, and we're having a great game so far.
Oh, this is wonderful football. It always amazes me that, you know, for this age group, how good the football is.
Yeah, like you mentioned, so we're very fortunate, we haven't talked about this yet, that we get to do the U16 and the U18 tournament this year. So we're going to get to see some players that we announced last year in the U16 moving up. We also have a handful of players that are in this tournament again here for the U16, which is awesome to see as well.
Yeah, and with this level of competition, we're going to see these players play in the CJFL. We'll see them play in U Sport, and some of them move on to play, professional football.
How about that? So Leon throws for a touchdown and kicks the extra point for Team BC.
Well, there you go, making it 7-7. Maybe there's a reason why their head coach mentioned him as one of the leaders and best players on his football team.
So good drive there for Team BC. We talked about kind of getting squeaked out by that face mask, but you know that happens in a football game, and you got to make the most of those opportunities when you get them.
Yeah, 100%. Good job on them clawing back in this game, making a tie with 11:41 to go in the second quarter.
So we talked a little bit. We're here at Leibel Field in Regina. Very, very nice day here. We've had a ton of rain lately, but not today. It's looking nice and sunny. A few clouds here and there. Very warm temperature. Home of Regina Minor Football. Beautiful facility.
No, absolutely. With all the rain that we've gotten, it makes the turf really nice and green and makes it beautiful today for everybody who's playing and watching. And some people next to me chuckling at my comment because, of course, this is not real grass, but we're trying to have fun up here in the booth.
Yeah, I think it's got to at least knock the dust down or something a little bit, right?
Either way, the facility looks fantastic. The fans are having fun. The stands are pretty full on this nice day.
Yeah, great to see so many fans from out of province, and obviously people here in Regina watching this game. You know, wanting to check out some great football. And TBC will kick off here. And Squib's right in the middle there, but it's going to be able to set up for Team Alberta return. Trouble on that kick there, kind of bouncing around, and great job by the cover team.
Yeah, fantastic job by the cover unit. You know, when you play on kickoff, whether you're a starter, or a second string player, you're somebody who needs to be fast and aggressive. You go speed and avoid, you go make a play, and that's a great play for the Team BC kickoff team.
First down, Team Alberta.
It's okay. Alberta takes back deeper into their own end this time. Let's see if they stick to the ground game, which they've done a great job with.
Yeah, they've had good success so far running the ball. Obviously, we've talked about Odenya so far making a ton of plays for Team Alberta. Wouldn't be surprised to see him getting the ball nice and early on this drive here to see if they can get that success going.
I really like the combination of Marzov and Wardenye. Marzov has shown that he can be a pocket passer. He can also scramble and make plays. Those two are dynamic.
Yeah, different QB in here to start this drive. Owen Parker for Team Alberta. And looks like there's some confusion, and it's going to be a time count here.
Yeah, there's a tough one to start the drive. It'll be 1st and 15 deep in their own end.
You know, we talked to their coaches before. You mentioned that Team Alberta ran kind of a 2 QB system last year and said they probably aren't doing that, but here we are seeing the second quarterback in to start this drive in the second quarter.
Well, there you go. It's early for quarterback change, which tells me one thing, is that they really trust this second quarterback as well.
So Parker will be in the gun, split back for Team Alberta. Now in a set 1st and 15 situation. He's going to take that handoff. He will hand it off to Adenia off the right side. Makes a nice cut. He breaks one tackle. He's going to get close to a first down.
There you go. Quarterback coordinator's dream. We're looking at 2nd and 1, maybe a long one that can call almost anything he wants on his play sheet. Defense, obviously, you're going to try to defend here for the run, but yeah, let's see what they come out with.
We've mentioned Xander Odenyo a few times, out of Calgary, 6 foot 175, and he looks like he's going to be a big part of this offense for this tournament.
Oh, absolutely. He's an electrifying athlete so far.
So Parker in the gun here, motions for his receivers. He'll take the snap. Looks like it's going to be a QB keep up the right side and breaks a tackle. I thought he was going to be brought down in the backfield there, but Team BC doing a nice job limiting the gain.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a great job of the defense. Number 66, which is, again, one of these key players for Team BC, had great penetration on the play. Just couldn't wrap up the ball carrier, and we got a first down.
That's Isaiah Black out of the Abbotsford area, making a nice play.
Yeah, and let's talk about Isaiah real quick. Head coach was not holding back. He said, Isaiah is that good. He expects him to be a D1 prospect down the road. He thinks that 66 is one of the best players on the field.
That is some obviously big compliments for his athlete there. Parker's going to hand it off this time as we see 66 in the backfield forcing that cutback as his teammates clean him up for a loss.
Hey, well, right on cue. You get back-to-back great penetration from the nose tackle. It's not an easy position to play. You often get double-teamed. For him to get 3-4 yards in the backfield like that, regardless or not if he makes the tackle, he's a big reason why we're looking at 2nd and long.
Number 22 cleaning things up there at the end. Aiden Stringer out of Vernon Secondary School. Nice job by the Will linebacker. Like you said, 2nd and long now, so we'll see if we get the first pass for Owen Parker here for Team Alberta. So we see their center communicating the pass protection there. Parker will take the snap, look to throw to his left, throws it over the middle, tipped, and that's going to be intercepted on the play.
That's a big play for Team BC. It's what Team Alberta feared. They talked about their turnovers have to limit them today. Can't have the same thing happen last year. Team BC taking full advantage of that tip pass. This is a big play early in this game.
That is number 3. Savagier Gill out of the Notre Dame regional area out of Vancouver with a nice job on the tip drill.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Keelan Reed is going to be playing linebacker, taking over for Ward, who was injured early on. I see the comments here, please be okay. Not going to speculate on injury, but I can tell you that we see him on the sideline. He seems to be fine. Whether he's hurt or not or come back in the game is not something we can speculate on, but rest be assured that it's nothing too serious as we see him on the sideline.
Yeah, looked like maybe a shoulder tweak there. We hope that he's okay and come back in this game as Patricia Leon takes over on the Team Alberta side here. They're going to look to make the most of that turnover. Quickly hands it off in the middle, but a nice job by the Alberta D-line and linebackers there, stuffing that for a no gain or close to a loss.
Absolutely. Cole Carr gets there first, and then Keelan Reed, who we just said on cue, just came in.
Yeah.
Clean up the tackle, so good job, Reed, getting in there and filling in for your fellow teammate who's hurt right now. A good play by Team Alberta.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and long. We know that Team BC is not afraid to throw here. We've obviously mentioned Cody Hagel's name quite a few times. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him go to him once again here.
No, absolutely. He's one of the key receivers, and until the other team says, hey, I can cover this guy easily, let's keep feeding him.
This time we see Leon with a running back lining up in the backfield there. A little bit of confusion, but they'll motion in. And yeah, I'm not too surprised here to see. Looks like the refs are actually going to call here and time count this time.
Oh, wow. So one on each team. And again, part of this is, and let's not, hold back. It's not an easy task to get together as a team when let's say you've got 12 players on the field and 9 of you have never played with each other. You come from a different high school, different program, you're learning new terminology. It's not easy to be in sync so quickly, so sometimes the play call procedure can take longer than what you're used to. It's not uncommon to have time count violations early on in these tournaments.
No, we see under 10 seconds on the clock already, so BC's going to have to hurry up a little bit here as we get down to under 5 seconds. Lots of motion again. Leon looks to pass. This time he's going to roll out to his left, escapes a little bit of pressure. He looks like he's going to try and keep it himself, and he's just going to get a few yards there, pushed out of bounds by number 34 for Team Alberta. That's Xavier Maloney, and that's going to force 3rd and long.
Yeah, we're looking at 3rd, 11, 3rd and 12. You almost have to think here, it's out of range for field goal. It's 3rd and 12. Do you go for it, or do you punt and try to pin in deep? It looks like they're going to substitute some players in, so we can expect a punt here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised to see them go for it here, but they are going to sub in the punt team here, so we'll see if they can maybe try and pin Alberta deep or try and get that single point that we love in Canadian football.
Absolutely. And it is Team BC, so the one thing we haven't said yet is that this could be a fake punt.
That's true. That's true.
Bill, let's see your comment here on YouTube. Guys, keep the comments going on. We don't actually know either of these teams. We're getting our information from what we've received in advance from these teams through emails, preparing for the tournament. We'll do our best, Bill, to also talk to the Team Alberta players. We just have limited information, but we'll try to learn as much as we can during the tournament and make sure that everybody gets a bit of love.
Leon's going to take that snap, and a nice punt there, caught on the 6-yard line. That is Adenia there, and he's going to get a few yards there. Nice return, and looks like a little bit of a late hit, and they are going to call that. I wasn't sure if they were going to throw that flag or not.
Yeah, and it's a tough one. Definitely late. Player tried to held up a little bit, but at the end of the day, you can't make contact out of bounds and late after the whistle, so he's going to get penalized. The net result on this play, negative yards.
Yes, I could let you go on if you want to talk about your philosophy on punting, as we've had many a conversation on that. But
we sure have bantered back and forth on it, and for those of the folks at home, I'm a big believer in counting your net yardage and punt. In this situation here, the net yards are -1-ish. When you net 30 yards plus, or if you're in the CFL and you net 48 to 50, punting makes sense, 98% of the time. At the amateur level, we sometimes have to consider how many yards are we actually gaining with this exchange.
Boone Parker still in at quarterback this time. He hands it off to number 20 there off the left side, gets a few yards. That is Matthew DePeche out of West Edmonton with the carry there.
So we're looking at one of the first 2nd and longs for Team Alberta today. They're going to be forced to probably put up in the air. See what we get out of Owen Parker here.
Yeah, last time, obviously, Team BC came down with that interception. They weren't able to do anything with that on offense, but we'll see here if Parker can get his first completion. Obviously, we expect number 11, Xander Odenyo, to be a big part of this for Alberta, as we see him talking to the quarterback right before the play as he's getting down to that time count, and they will run that jet motion. He's going to keep it. There's a ton of room off the right side there. He's going to run past his lead blocker. Great job by Owen Parker there for Team Alberta.
Love it, and I love the decision of McGuire Woods, number 65. He had a choice in O-lineman. Do I peel back in the inside and put a hand on a linebacker chasing, or do I keep escorting my quarterback down the field? And he didn't lose a step. He didn't slow down at all, and I love what that did for the quarterback run.
Yeah, great job. Saw him leading, like I said. Didn't even get baited by that inside defender. That is number 65, McGuire Woods, out of the St. Albert 49ers in Edmonton. Nice job on that pull, and a great play call there for Team Alberta.
Yeah, left tackle looking very athletic there.
Parker's going to motion his receiver out this time. He looks like he drops the ball there. Maybe some confusion. He's going to throw right. Kind of comes out of his hands. Kind of funny, and that's going to be intercepted once again.
Tough one for quarterback Owen Parker. He's trying to make something out of it, so he throws this late. It's difficult to throw a deep ball when you're late, right? And it's not, he's trying to make a play there, and so here I am, almost as good as a punt, getting 25 yards out of it. But of course, they would have rather had 2nd and 10 there.
Yeah, number 14, Caleb Mills, out of Robert Bateman in Abbotsford with the interception there. A tall corner, 6 feet tall, does a nice job making the most of that opportunity.
Nice length for a boundary DB. We're looking at maybe a future superstar.
That's right. So BC will start here right around that 20-yard line. 6 minutes left here in the first half. Tie game here. Great game so far. Couple turnovers on both sides as Leon will line up in that quarterback position again, empty.
But not for long.
Nope, as we see all that motion coming across, and he will look to throw this time, quick off the right side, but that one's going to fall incomplete.
Good play call, just a simple slant, flat concept we see a lot in Canadian football. It can kind of be utilized against man, against cover 3. I don't mind the play call, we just didn't get the execution we wanted to for Team BC.
Yeah, so that's going to make it 2nd and 10 here for BC. Again, not afraid to pass, lots of motion. Alberta's handling it really well. You know, we saw a lot of that motion last year, so maybe something that Team Alberta has had a chance to practice. They mentioned they've had 15 practices, which is awesome for a tournament like this, and to get ready for this game.
Yeah, they look well prepared. And look, you and I, we don't know the level of detail in these playbooks. We don't know if it's the same as last year, but BC is showing very similar things, and I think Team Alberta is clearly ready for that.
Great job by the Alberta D-line. Right away, pressure in Leon's face, and they're going to get that sack in the backfield.
Okay, 3rd and super long from your own 6. Are you faking safety here? Are you punting? What's the right decision as a head coach?
Do you want my answer?
Yes,
I would be taking a safety here.
Yeah, it might be worth it for the field position. Otherwise, you're giving Team Alberta some really good field position, and Team Alberta has some pretty athletic guys returning punts, so I'd be careful if I'm TBC.
Yeah, we saw number 97 pressure right away. Barry Frazier, I believe, cleaned up in the backfield by number 32, Connor Woods. Nice job by that Team Alberta D-line.
Yeah, the front 7's looking really good so far.
So Leon will line up in the end zone here. We'll see if BC decides to give up that safety and get that field position here. Clock running right to about 5 minutes left here in the first half. And he will kick it this time. And I thought he was going to take a knee, but he gets a friendly bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds just around the 48-yard line.
Yeah, 48-yard line. He punted from the 7. That's a pretty good net yardage at this level of football. They're going to be happy with that punt.
Yeah, from our angle, it looked like he was going to take a knee, and then just a quick kick and got a nice bounce. Obviously, friendly bouncing back in bounds.
Very friendly bounce. That could have went out of bounds at the 20 or 25. So they'll be happy with that result, no doubt. Leon, impressive so far today. Throwing the ball, running the ball a little bit. He's kicking. He's punting. Clearly a good athlete.
Yeah, it looks like Nash Marzoff is coming back in for Team Alberta at quarterback out of the Holy Trinity Knights. So we'll see here if they look to maybe run. They have that split back formation once again.
Team Alberta using a 3rd different tight end in their offense today.
Marzoff takes a snap. He will look to throw a little bit of a fake, sees a hole, just going to keep it himself. Nice tough run, and that's going to be close to a first down.
I'm a big fan of this concept on offense. It's a zone sub or zone shield, depending how you call it. You've got a motioning fullback type of guy who's going to fake like he's blocking defensive end and release in the flat. Quarterback's choice, does he throw it to that fullback, or does he keep the ball and keep running? In this choice, quarterback made the right decision to keep it, but really good play call, really nice play execution. I love what I'm seeing out of this offense.
Marzoff did a nice job with that little quick pump fake, just gave him enough room to move the chains for an Alberta first down. He will line up at quarterback here. He's got a running back in the backfield. That's Nikongo, and he will look to fake it again. He's going to keep it himself off the left, looking to throw and find someone late, and that is Odenyo once again.
Yeah, it's the second time today we see him scramble on a bit of a play action look or maybe a read option look and finding his receiver late and making plays. That's playmakers making plays.
He didn't point this time, though. Didn't have to.
Oh, yes, that's right. So maybe Odenyo this time was ready for it in advance. But either way, great play by Team Alberta, great athleticism, great display of football.
Yeah, we see, we talk a lot about Canada West football, about how it's a very pass-heavy league. And we're seeing it at the U16 and U18 levels as well. Very pass-friendly teams, which is great to see at this age level. Marzoff's going to hand it off this time on that jet sweep to Odenyo off the right side. He's going to try and stretch it wide, but a great job on defense by number 32, Owen West, the Sam linebacker there, making a nice play.
I like what we saw to Owen West. He's dealing with a very fast and athletic and strong receiver, and he's saying, I've got contain. It's my job. You're not getting outside of me.
Yeah, great job on that jet motion. We've seen that jet motion quite a bit, and we'll see how the defenses are handling it. Maybe if they look to maybe fake that and find an opening here for something like a post over the middle, depending on how, if their defense is spinning. Lots of different ways that we could go into how to handle that. But it's going to be 2nd and long now for Team Alberta. Marzoff in the gun. He's going to take that snap. He's going to fake it, keep it himself again, looking off the left side, keeps it, and will run. And a good job getting a few yards there, but it looks like it will be 3rd and short.
Now, 3rd and inches, half a yard from the 6-yard line. You're going for this, aren't you?
Yeah, they've already subbed someone on. Looks like Team Alberta is committed to going for this already.
Nice drive that we're seeing by Marzoff, who came back in the game. Impressed with his drive. They needed something good after a couple of turnovers. Team Alberta kind of taking control again.
Yeah, so timeout, Team Alberta. They just want to talk about this. Make sure that they call the right play here. 2.5 minutes left. You don't get to take those timeouts into the second half, so you may as well use them. Yeah.
Okay, Team Alberta using a lot of tight ends, double tight ends at time. They've ran the ball well. Are we expecting a run here on 3rd and short, or is it too obvious?
You know, tough to say. I don't think it's a bad play call if that's something they look to do. I think that they are confident in their O-line and their running back, you know, whether they put Odenya in the backfield or if we see Nikongo get his first carry here up the middle. But, lots of different options for this offense. Like you mentioned, they're tight ends. We haven't seen them used too much other than in the pass protection game, but lots of different options here for Alberta.
Yeah, and Marzoff showing the ability to also run with the ball on the outside. So, is that a way to put a defense on the bind to kind of say, hey, I'll hand it off if there's something. If there's nothing, I'm going to peel off and leave with it, because they've had success with that quarterback read game.
So Marzoff will be in at quarterback with Nikongo and Depeche in the backfield. We'll see if he gets under center just for that quick QB sneak.
Yeah, it screams QB sneak.
It does,
from
yeah.
Here, so.
It looks like it.
And whether a team knows it or not, good luck stopping it, right? It's a fairly simple play in Canadian football. Maybe the simple play call here is the right way to go.
We see Malik Druin reporting as an eligible receiver on that tight end on the left side. I don't think they'll look to do any trickery on this play, but something to keep an eye on for later, as Marzoff will line up under the center here. Look to see if he keeps it himself. They're going to turn. They're actually going to hand it off there. Flag down, though. He's going to get in the end zone. We'll see what the flag is.
Nice play design. I'm surprised with misdirection from inches, right? Because you're expecting pressure, but it sure worked for Team Alberta. Let's find out what this flag is all about.
In that area as an offside you see so often on 3rd and short, but we'll see here what our official Yves Lalonde calls. It's going to be an offside on BC, so that will be declined, and that's going to be a Team Alberta touchdown.
Okay, big drive with only 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Team Alberta obviously putting themselves in the driver's seat, and now it's for Team BC to kind of bounce back after we learn from this extra point if it's a 6 or 7 point lead.
Nice job by number 20, Matthew DePelch, on that misdirection, putting that in the end zone and giving Team Alberta the lead here with just over 2 minutes left here in the first half.
I was surprised by the play call, but obviously it worked wonderfully. What a nice play design.
Yeah. Carter Millsap with the extra point attempt. That is good. That will give Team Alberta a 14-7 lead. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left here in the first half. Another great game between these two provinces.
They always put on a show. Last year's game was incredible. This one so far has been really, really nice. Okay, 2.5 to go. You're down 7. It's not the end of the game, it's the end of the half. If you're Team BC, are you trying to push the ball downfield, or are you just playing your regular brand of football?
I think they have lots of time. They've still got their 2 timeouts. Obviously, Alberta has used 1. They've had success throwing to Hege. I think they're going to look to do that right away. Maybe some quick passes, see what they can get. But I do think that Team BC will be a little bit more aggressive here and try and get it downfield quickly.
Keep the comments coming on YouTube. We love to read them. We'll answer everything that we know best we can. Madeline, U18 tournament starts on Sunday. Is that correct,
That's
Chris?
correct. Yep, 4 games on Sunday. We've got the gold and bronze medal games for this tournament on Saturday, and then we move on to U18 after that. Millsap lining up to kick this ball off for Team Alberta. Shorter kick on the right side. It's going to be brought in by one of those short wall players there for Team BC. Nice decision and got a few yards on the return.
No, absolutely. That's Chase Chin, who's a tailback, catching that ball. I don't blame him for saying, hey, I'm a running back. I'm going to catch this and get as many yards as I can, and good decision. So good field position for Team BC with 2.5 to go. They're happy with this.
Yeah, clock isn't really a factor right now for sure. Lots of time left here in Canadian football. Obviously, we're under 3 minutes now, so time will stop on any plays out of bounds, any incomplete passes. Obviously different than American football that the time will stop even on plays inbounds until the ref blows it in.
That's correct. And yeah, those timing rules in amateur football, a bit different from CFL as well. Definitely different from American football. I know in British Columbia, there's two brands of football there, so that could be confusing at times.
Leon with the QB draw, but a great job by that Alberta D-line. Stuffed right in the middle there. And they've been making some nice plays. That's number 99, Evan McInnes, out of the Edmonton area. We have an opportunity to talk about a cool fact about his dad before the game.
Yeah, Evan McInnes' father, he's a CFL official. He's in town this weekend. Why? Because the Saskatchewan Roughriders are playing. That's tomorrow. And his father will be officiating in that game. Yeah,
we mentioned that he's going to get to be on the field pre-game, which is awesome experience for the family. It's one of the great things about football. And great play there on first down by him. And Leon will look to take the snap. And looking quickly over the left side, completes that. That's going to move the chains. Another nice completion.
Yeah, BC doing a good job with their 5 to 7 to 8 yard throws or quick decision, quick timing throws. I like their quick game so far today.
That is Steele Law with the reception. That's a great football name.
Steele Law might be in the U16 all-name team.
Law out of the Rutland Secondary School there for Team BC. That's going to move the chains. Time running now, just under 2 minutes left. Team Alberta leading Team BC here by a score. Leon motions his receivers in. He's going to look. He's going to hand that off inside that time. Nice job by the O-line. They're going to keep pushing, and he's going to keep his feet moving. It's going to be close to a first down here.
Oh, you love to see it when the entire O-line, everybody's behind the running back, pushing for extra yards. I guess the bench fired up as well. Good play by Team BC right up the gut.
That is Ryan Rebagladi, tailback there out of Okanagan. Nice job, and it's going to be second and about half a yard here for Team BC.
Football Alberta substituting some players there. Number 66, Riker, coming into the game. Big nose tackle out of Leduc. Yeah, it's nice to see rotations mid-game as well in the D-line. It's pretty hot out there.
Leon's going to take the snap, and he's going to look to throw quickly. Nice pressure inside, though, by Team Alberta. He's just going to chuck it to the right side, and that one's going to fall incomplete.
I like the displayed athleticism we saw there from the quarterback, escaping the pressure, escaping the pocket. Just couldn't link up with his receiver.
Yeah, we've seen Team Alberta's D-line starting to pick up here, getting some pressure consistently. They've had a sack, a couple nice plays in the backfield, and that's another great pressure there.
Okay, so 3rd and 1, and your D-line's creating a lot of pressure. If you're Team BC, are you tentative and you don't really want to hand up the gut, or do you do the obvious?
They had a good first down run there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe hand it off to Rebagladi again up the middle. BC's got some good O-linemen inside there. Having some trouble with the pass pro, but they've been doing a good job on the run. And looks like Team Alberta is going to send the pressure here. QB draw, and I don't think he got that. A great play in the backfield by the big man.
Yeah, that's right. That's Riker. We just talked about him coming into the game, the responsibility to stop. I love the play call by Team Alberta. They're in a wide front. Both interior D linemen were playing wider than usual. Team Alberta brought 2 linebackers right up the gut, and that paid dividends.
So that is a big turnover for the Team Alberta defense, and now they're going to get the ball with over a minute left, 1 timeout left.
Yeah, not a bad drive by Team BC, but obviously when you don't get a punt or you don't get a score, that hurts a little bit.
So we'll see if Team Alberta can punch this in or get some points up here before the half to extend their lead. They're going to start on the 37-yard line.
Marzov back in the game here, Chris?
Yes, yep. Looking like he will stay in at quarterback here to end the half with Nikongo behind him. Once again, we see that tight end set. We'll see if they look to throw to that tight end here at some point. Marzov's just going to turn, fake it. He's going to roll out to his left again, and he's going to look to keep it himself. Thought he was going to get tackled in the backfield there, but does a great job breaking that tackle, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds, and yeah, no surprise there on the flag.
It's the second late hit of the game. That one was way too far out of bounds, an obvious penalty, and now we're looking at a really good field position by Team BC.
Yeah, Marzov doing a nice job waiting till his DBs turn and making the most of that run play.
He's an intelligent runner. As a quarterback, we talk about reading defenses and putting the ball in the right place, but the way he's running today really impresses me.
Yeah, we've seen a few nice runs from all the quarterbacks in the game today. So that's going to move it up another 15 yards for Team Alberta. We'll see where the refs put it here, but they're going to have great field position with over a minute left still.
It's a chance for Alberta to take a 2-score lead right before the half. The coaching staff, the players, they got to find a way to get some points on the board and get to the locker room going. We're up by 2 scores right now.
So that's going to move it all the way to the 34-yard line now for Team Alberta. Lots of time left here. We'll see if they look to maybe keep it on the ground. They were looking to throw that time, I believe, but Marzoff, nice job recognizing that the DBs were in a man coverage, trailing. They had their eyes turned away from him, and he got a really good gain on that. Marzoff will motion. He'll take the snap, look to throw quickly off the left side that time, and it's going to fall incomplete.
It's a good decision. Team BC was in a cover 2 shell, playing very far and leaving those 5-6 yard kind of windows, a curl flat area open. I like the decision. I'm not sure the receivers were on the same page as the quarterback on that one.
No, just a little bit off on that one. It's going to force 2nd and 10 here. We'll see if they just try and get a few yards to go for it on 3rd down. They're not quite in field goal territory yet, although I don't doubt that Carter Millsap has a good leg, but they probably want to get a couple more first downs before they're thinking about a field goal. Marzoff motions his receivers. He will look, take that snap. We see that jet motion again, looking to throw. And good job by the contain there. He's just going to throw it up, and it's going to be intercepted on the play. We'll see if he can get some nice yards there. Great job by the Alberta receiver there to limit the damage.
3rd interception of the day for Team BC defense. They're making the best out of any football that's kind of thrown a bit maybe too high, lofty. They haven't missed their chances on those. They're capitalizing, and they're staying in the game.
Yeah, we saw the Team BC defender force Marzoff in and look to throw. I think he wanted to run that, but the contain did a nice job. He chose to throw it up into some coverage, and Team BC comes down with it.
Chris, this is real deja vu for me. I feel like we saw a very similar game last year where Alberta probably has more yards on the ground, more yards total in offense, but we're seeing Team BC with all these turnovers in their favor, and they're just sticking around.
Yeah, apologies, I didn't catch the number there on that interception. That's a nice play by the defender there. Team BC will start here now. Just 52 seconds left here in the first half. Leon's going to look to take that snap and looks to throw quickly. He's going to have to escape some pressure. Nice throw over the middle. Breaks one tackle and then brought down looks like a crossing route over the middle that time.
Only 3 yards in the play, but a late flag thrown that could change everything.
Yeah, we've got a player down here after that. I expect that flag is probably related to that, but we'll see.
Cruz Peter was the number 1 first player on the play there, the middle linebacker, number 25. He's playing aggressive. His coaches compared him to Alvin Mack from the program, and I say that's probably a compliment from the side of how aggressive a linebacker can be, how much passion and care a player can have in football. I love this comparison.
Yeah, and kind of a deep cut. I wish more people watched the program for some, lots of things to learn from that movie, but one of the great football movies that we talk about, and it's definitely a compliment for that player.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so many good football players here. We're seeing some guys come in for injury and play very well as well, getting in the game. So there's a lot of depth on both of these rosters. It's such a good brand of football.
Yeah, we haven't heard what the call is yet, but the refs have moved the ball up already, so that is a penalty on Team Alberta, and it's going to move the chains for a first down as we still have an injured player down getting looked at by the training staff. As I mentioned that, he's getting up, though, under his own power, which is awesome to see. And I believe that is number 9 there, Esek Mohammed, and hopefully he's going to be okay. So Olivia, Team BC obviously has shown that they are looking to throw here. They are going to try and get something here before the end of the first half. 44 seconds. They still have both timeouts, so time isn't an issue yet. They're going to have to be quick here to make sure they're ready to go once this is whistled in.
I mean, this would be great for Team BC. They're in a position where they were thinking, we're going to be down by 2 before the half. Not have a chance to tie it up.
So Leon will stay in at quarterback here as the ref blows in the 20-second clock. Once again empty. We expect that motion to come in here. Leon's going to look to throw a little bit of a high snap, but does a great job picking it up off the turf there on the bounce. Team Alberta having to scramble around that official, and big hit on the play. It's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, that's number 13 for Team Alberta. That's Xavier Sengi, the DB from the Calgary Wildcats. He's coming in and he's saying, not in my zone.
No, tough play for that receiver, obviously, on the scramble route there. And, Leon gave his guy a chance, but a great job by the defender there on the hit.
Well, Leon did a great job. We could have been looking at 2nd and 25 on that play, but instead it's 2nd and 10.
Yep, nice job on that snap there. So Leon will have 2nd and 10, 33 seconds left here.
Do you just run the ball here and try to get out of the half? Is that the safe thing to do? Is that the right thing to do?
That doesn't sound like something you would do, but I expect them to throw here. Maybe look, we haven't seen Cody Hagel's name mentioned in a little while. Maybe see if they try and get him on a deep route. Looks like Team Alberta is going to drop into a cover 2 this time. Leon looks quickly to his right. Quick throw there, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. They're going to have a decision to make here. I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to be 3rd and 5 if they just punt it here.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 in your own end, 27 seconds to go. I think you're even with a mediocre punt, you feel okay with the field position, and you're thinking we can go to halftime here down 14-7.
Yeah.
Now this is Team BC. They've thrown a lot of trickery. They've been a fun team to watch last year, this year already as well. I don't want to rule out a fake punt. It's probably not the greatest time to do it, but maybe that's why you do it.
Yeah, true. Maybe not expecting it here. They do sub on the punt team, so we'll see what they decide to do.
Now, it's still Leon back there as the punter. We've seen him. He's athletic. He can throw.
Looks like he's talking to his wall here to get the play call. If they are just going to kick this one away or try and get something here with Team Alberta lining up with 2 returners back there.
Now, let the record show we expect a punt here, Chris.
Yes. Yeah. It's a safe thing to guess, and then if we're wrong, then we can be surprised.
There we go.
Looks like Leon's going to take that snap there, and he will just kick this one away. And picked up by number 11, Odenyo there. Nice job getting some yards. Going to look for that big return. Breaks 1 tackle, and then there is a flag late. We'll see what the call is here.
Yeah, about 12 net yards on the punt. So again, talk about that. You're not getting a ton of yardage out of your punt team. You got to be careful, but still the right decision to do in this situation. There's only 18 seconds left.
Yeah, so we'll see what this flag does. If it's on Team BC, could move the ball up here, but in that area of holding. And it looks like it will be on Team Alberta, so that's going to move them back here. But as you mentioned, only 18 seconds left.
Yeah, so now, with 18 seconds left, Team Alberta, they can choose to chuck it deep. They can do a Hail Mary type of thing. They can also just run the ball and get the half. There's no really a wrong answer here for Team Alberta with 2 downs to play with.
As we will let Yves Lalonde here make the call for the officials.
So, fun first half so far. We've seen a lot of good stuff. I'm always impressed with the level of football. Last year I thought, wow, what a nice tournament. These players are athletic. These coaches are intelligent. Things are really well ran. It's definitely no disappointment this year either.
So Team Alberta will start ball on the 52-yard line. Sorry, 48-yard line to start here with 18 seconds. Like you mentioned, we'll see if they look to get kind of a big play here. Look to throw it up. Looks like number 12, Owen Parker, back in at quarterback for Team Alberta.
Not a ton to lose here if you chuck one deep. If you don't get it, it's okay.
Parker will take that fake and look to throw on the left side. It's going to fall incomplete, though. He had his receiver open.
Yeah, not a bad play design at all. I had Matthew Delpeche from West Edmonton Raiders open in the flats. Could have had an 8-9 yard gain there.
So we'll see here if they just look to run the ball and run this last 13 seconds off, or if maybe they look to take another shot. I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, in that last play, keeping the ball in the air, just make a quick throw and let their athletes make someone miss. As we see Odenyo in the backfield as well. Parker's going to take the snap. Looks like he's going to throw over the left side that time to Odenyo, but a nice job by BC there. Quick tackle on the play, and that's going to bring us to the last play of the first half.
Yeah, the clock says 7 seconds here, so not a ton left. Outside of a very big return or a block punt, we expect this game to go 14-7 at halftime. Question here from Stella, who made the touchdown on Team British Columbia. That was number 6, Cody Hagel. He's one of the team captains for Team BC, veteran player, good receiver, a speedster out of Chilliwack.
Yeah, nice job on that pass play from Leon earlier in the game. And this will bring us to the end of the first half as Parker lines up in the gun. Looks like they might try and take a shot here.
Yeah, they could take a knee to take a shot. Let's see what they decide to do.
There's that jet motion, fakes it. Parker's going to keep it himself, breaks one tackle, and he's going to be Looks like he fumbled the ball on the play, actually, as BC recovers it, but that's going to bring us to the end of the first half.
That's almost typical football. When you're supposed to punt it or take a knee and you go, bad things happen. Now, thankfully, it's the end of the half.
Yeah, so that brings us to the end of the first half of Game 1 here at the 2024 U16 Team Canada Western Challenge. Team Alberta leading Team BC 14-7. We will be back after the half.
We'd like to give a big congratulations to Team Canada U20 national team on being a three-peat IFAF World Champion, and a special congratulations to the 5 Saskatchewan players and coach that was on that team.
They told me to tell you, you matter some ways, man. And stay in your place, man. That's okay. As long as it's not raining, we're okay. Oh, yeah, okay, perfect, thank you. I'll just try to do this one. Mike did this one, so I'm gonna have to cut off the whole. And then actually what I do, I just take the lens hood off. We kind of made our hole a little bit too big. Yeah. And if you just want to tie this. Here, I'll give you that, EJ. I'll give you the roll. Hold that. Good. Get that tape. Get that tape.
Welcome back to the second half of the first game here at the 2024 U16 Western Challenge between Team Alberta and Team BC. Team Alberta leading here by a score. I'm here with my good friend Olivier Eddy and our helper Cara Francoeur. Olivier, great first half.
Yes, indeed. It's good football, and try not to repeat ourselves, and we've said it a few times, but it needs to be said. It's very good football from both teams. We're seeing athletes compete at a high level. It's been enjoyable. Yeah.
Played each other last year in the semifinal game. Tight game. Team BC squeaking out a win, 20-17. Very similar here. Team Alberta maybe leading by a bit more last year at halftime, but kind of the same feel.
Incredibly similar. Team Alberta had 6 turnovers. Last year they've got 4 in the first half this year, 3 interceptions, and 1 fumble at the very end, which doesn't really count. But it's one thing they wanted to avoid. They wanted to avoid turning the ball so much that BC could hang on to the game. But that's kind of what's happened in the first half. They have the lead, but it could have been so much more.
So, looking to kick off here in the second half. Number 40, Carter Millsap for Team Alberta. Nice kick that time. Gets to the kind of the deep middle wall there. Caught in the air. Nice job by the return man. And he does a good job just putting his head down and getting a few yards.
Okay, so we see Team BC get the ball first. In the first half, they opened up with a toss, reverse, trick play to open up the half. We haven't seen trickery since. Lots of trickery last year. Are you expecting them to kind of come out with their best play here?
They've had success just dropping back and letting Leon throw. So we'll see if they look to do something trickery-like again, or maybe just stick to the traditional offense that they've been running. They have a lot of motion in their base offense anyways, so they might not have to.
And Leon has been playing so well. It's good to say again, he's one of the bright spots for sure on Team BC's offense.
Leon will be in the gun here, empty as we see that motion come in. He's going to turn and hand that off to number 20. And great job by the Alberta defense there, led by number 87, Caden Briegel, on the D-line.
Yeah, that front 7, Team Alberta has been playing well. Again, big stop to start the second half, to make it second and long right away, force BC to a passing down. That's what they wanted.
So 2nd and 11 here for Team BC. Team Alberta D-line really starting to take over this game.
Yeah, lots of good football players, and I love that we're seeing different colored helmets. These are all players who don't play with each other normally. They're from different programs, but it's coming along quite nicely.
Leon in the gun, motions for his receivers to go. Going to look to throw here. Nice pressure again, but this time breaks out of it. He's going to look to try and get that first down himself, and 2 flags on the play there. We'll see what the call is.
The ultra-athletic Leon finding a way to get 7 yards, making this 3rd and 3, but we already know this is either going to come back 10 yards one way or another, so we're about to find out.
Yeah, both officials threw their flag at the exact same time, so obviously something that was clearly able to be seen there by the officials at the field level.
Yeah, and one of the officials, let's talk about her. Back judge, Amy Kowalski, wearing number 12, the same number she wears when she plays football.
Yeah, so we haven't had a chance to talk about that. You and I both coach women's football here in Regina with the Regina Riot, and we're very fortunate to coach Amy, a longtime quarterback in the league here, and it's exciting to see her get into officiating as well.
Well, I love it. She's head of female football development in the province of Saskatchewan. She works for Football Saskatchewan. She's been a pioneer of women's football, played, I want to say 12 years plus now, the Women's Senior League, and she's a record holder. She threw for over 1,600 yards this season?
I believe so. She had a great year with us. Unfortunately, we lost the WWCFL final there to the Saskatchewan Valkyries last weekend. But here at Leibel Field, penalty was on TBC, and Team Alberta took that. So it is 2nd and quite long for Team BC as Leon looks to scramble to his left, and he is going to keep himself this time, and he's just going to get pushed out of bounds. Good job by Team Alberta there.
Leon once again showing athleticism, his ability to get yards on the ground. It's difficult for a defense. He managed to get 11 on that, but it is 3rd and 9. It's a punting situation.
Yeah, and you've mentioned in the first half about the net punts for Team BC. Now, they've had some decent punts, but they've also taken penalties on most of these punts, which is limiting their net punt average.
It sure is, and that's challenging because your role as a punt unit is to kind of bail out your offense, to set up your defense for success. They need to get a good punt out here, and they need to not commit any infractions.
So Leon will line up here for the long snap and look to punt this one away. Nice snap on the play, quick kick, there, and that's a heck of a punt by Leon there. This should help the average, although nice job by Odenya catching that one in the air, follows his blockers, makes someone miss. He's going to take that off the sideline, and another flag down on the play.
Yeah, we're looking at, again, a net of 8 yards, which is too bad. Such a good punt, but when you put the ball in Odenya's hands, good things are going to happen for Team Alberta. Now, let's see what this flag, how this changes things.
Yeah, might end up still helping the average. We'll see what the officials called here.
Early indications is going against Team Alberta.
Yeah. Nice punt in the air by Leon there.
Oh, an absolute bomb
Best
coming out of his left foot. Nice deep spiral. It gives a lot of time for Team Alberta to also return the punt with the ball's kicked so deep.
Yeah, Leon, a true lefty, left-armed quarterback and a left-footed kicker. And that will be on Team Alberta, so that is going to help Team BC with the field position battle there. Nice job on the punt there. Odenya doing a great job, though, taking that return in the air.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell he's got confidence. He's got good abilities, and he's an athletic young man. And I don't blame the coaching staff for putting him back there as a punt returner.
Not at all. So that's going to push it back to the 30. What yard line are we on here? The 26, it looks like, for Team Alberta.
Good 40, 45 yards on the exchange. So that's what we talk about when you say a successful punt.
So Marzov in at quarterback this time for Alberta there. Hands it off inside. Short gain on the play. Flag down once again.
So the game's slowing down a little bit now with all these penalties. We'll see how teams manage through that.
You know, we talked about how short of a timeline these teams have to practice and get to know each other, and it's natural in games like this that there's going to be a few more penalties than maybe teams that play with each other all year.
Well, for sure, and I'm sure at home you guys can see, the different colors helmets. These players, they don't know each other. They're fortunate if they've had 12 or 13 practice before this tournament, and Chris, we've coached long enough. It takes a while for a team to gel and really know how to operate, and you're also playing out of province. New officials, the rules can be a little bit different as well. It's a different level of football, different speed. It's not easy.
Yeah, we've got an injured Team BC player down here. Getting looked at by his training staff. Looks like he's on one knee, so hopefully he's doing okay. Livy, we're starting to see the clouds come here. I know we've kind of had rain off and on here in Regina as of late, so we'll see if that becomes a potential factor or not.
Yeah, it's definitely darker out here on the east side, a bit away from the stadium. We saw some lightning. Now that's still pretty far away, and the wind is pushing that further from our location. It shouldn't result into a weather delay, but yes, it feels like it's a completely different aura and weather situation than it was 10 minutes ago.
That is number 26, Rowan Badesha, the injured player, but he is able to walk off on his own power, so we hope that he'll be okay as Team Alberta will start here second down after that injury timeout. Hands the ball off inside into Kengo, and that's going to move the chains for a first down.
Strong run on second and medium, a nice 7-yard gain right up the gut. Good compliment to the offensive line there, opening up the hole, and a very aggressive and fast north-south type of run by the running back.
Yeah, number 32, Owen West, in on the tackle there for Team BC. That's going to move the chains for a Alberta first down. It's been a good back and forth game so far. Marzov motions for his receivers. He's going to fake that handoff this time and roll off to his left. He's going to tuck it and try and run, but a good job by the defender, but breaks that tackle. Marzov cuts back in there. He's going to go all the way back inside. He's going to look out for those big guys in there, but he ends up getting some extra yards.
And let's give some love to Xander Odenyo as well, his primary receiver, who's showing that not only can he catch, he can also block downfield. He's a big reason why this wasn't just a run of 10 or 12 yards and it burst into a 25-yard gain.
Yeah, eventually brought down on the play by number 75, Finn Mayberg, defensive end. Good pursuit there as we have a Team Alberta offensive lineman down here. That looks like it's number 65, McGuire Woods. We've talked about McGuire a couple times. He's had some really nice pulls here from his left tackle position, I believe, so we hope that he's okay. You know, it's scary, Olivier, as an offensive coach, you're probably a little scared seeing your quarterback decide to cut all the way back in there to where the big guys are. But Marzov did a nice job. He's a good runner, protecting himself and not taking a shot.
It's a good point. As a coordinator, you want to protect your quarterback, especially when your quarterback is one of your better athletes. And look, we've seen him almost take over this game. He's playing so well. It also tells you they probably have confidence in Owen Parker. You know, you wouldn't let your primary running back run loose like that if you didn't think you had a serviceable backup. And we know Owen is capable of throwing some good balls. So Team Alberta have that luxury. They've got 2 QBs, and they're able to let them loose.
Yeah. Well, we have a quick timeout here, Olivier. Let's talk about the next game that we're going to get today. Team Saskatchewan, the defending champs, against Team Manitoba. Looking forward to that one as well.
It should be a good game. Team Manitoba's program continues to grow. They're getting better year after year after year. On the Team Saskatchewan side, I don't mean to be too much of a homer. I do live here, but they've never lost a game.
Yeah, they've been dominant here over the last few years. As we see McGuire Woods get up with the training staff there, looks to be a lower body injury. He is putting some weight on it, so we hope that he'll be okay. Nice to see him be able to walk off under his own power.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a couple of injuries today, and I saw the comments here. Is there, an update on Big Owen Ward? We don't have updates from up here, but I can tell you that, Owen is on the sideline with his teammate. He still has his shoulder pads on. He's nursing his what seems to be a left shoulder, but, everybody seems to be okay. We're going to wait a few seconds here before getting the play on their way. We still have a player leaving the field in his own power.
We see Marzoff get ready to take the snap here. Time is whistled back in. We see that jet motion this time. Marzoff's going to hand it off to his receiver coming across, but a nice job by the defense there. That's number 32 with the play for Team BC, Owen West.
Yeah, great pursuit. I mean, early in the game, we saw Alberta run a jet sweep to the left with a big gain, one to the right with a big gain. But now it seems like Team BC kind of have their lock on that. They've found a way to really stop it.
That is number 32, Owen West, out of the Vernon Secondary School. It's great to see so many different cities, representatives, schools represented from both teams in this tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
So, 2nd and long for Team Alberta. Ball on the 41-yard line. Marzoff going to take the snap, look to hand it off. He will inside Nkongo that time. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, and good job breaking some tackles there, but way too many people in the backfield for him to make miss.
I want to give him a credit for breaking 3 tackles, but at the end of the day, when you get a loss of 2, it's the BC defense that deserves a credit on that one. We're looking at 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Mackay Clements cleaning that up at the end out of Vancouver College for Team BC, as we see Team Alberta send their punt team on for this play.
It's a big stop for Team BC, right? They're going to get the ball back here, down 7, deep in their own zone, but they did what they had to do defensively.
Yeah, I believe this is the first time we've seen Team Alberta punt.
And BC has 13 players on the field. It seems like we might have an issue.
And we'll see if they catch that and call a timeout or not. It looks like they're not going to, as the snap gets off there.
14 players on the field for Team BC.
I don't see any flags down yet, though, as there's one now thrown on the no yards, as we see number 6, Cole Hagel, take that. Olivier, you say 14 players. I don't see too many men flag.
I do see one way on our left over there sitting on the 4-yard line that was thrown early, so perhaps the official number 40, that would be Rod Hazen, might have caught it, the side judge.
Yeah.
If so, we're looking at a 3rd and 4, or is that a first down, Chris?
We'll see here if the officials caught that. With the no yards, it might change things. It'd be 2 penalties, one on BC and one on Alberta, so it might be a redo, or they'll just decline them and take the ball there.
Now, it makes me realize I need to get my rules knowledge up, because I don't know how that's going to be applied. Is that a replay? Do they cancel each other out? Or is one pre-snap, and does that precede everything?
The no yards would still be a penalty because the play happened. So we'll see. They'll probably talk to both captains here. I believe it would be the opportunity to redo the kick if they want. As you said, it is too many men on the field for Team BC. It's a good catch by you, Olivier. And they're going to talk to a Team Alberta captain here as well.
Well, it was difficult to miss that one. We saw 2 deep returners and 12 players at the line of scrimmage, so way too many on the field.
Yeah. Talking to both captains here, so we'll see what comes of this.
And again, this is one of the challenges with this. You can't blame the kids or the coaches. There's not a ton of practices. You get together and you've got your punt return team and you have a substitution mistake. These things happen early in the tournament. What you have to do, though, is make sure you clean it up and it doesn't happen again.
So we'll see what is going on here. Looks like they're going to substitute here. So whether they're re-kicking, it looks like, as we see Yves Lalonde getting ready to announce this, penalties from both teams. So too many men and no yards.
It looks like both penalties are being applied, yet we're going up 5. We're playing the third down.
Yeah, so we'll see. Looks like Team Alberta is going to send Marzov back on. They're going to go for it now.
Well, from the 36-yard line, it's a decision that you know, can make sense. Is it aggressive? Yes. But I kind of like it.
Yeah, they've had some success here. We'll see if they maybe look to get it in the hands of Odenya. He's been their playmaker.
Some confusion on Team Alberta offense on who's lining up at tight end. I think they figured it out now.
We see Odenya motion to the right side this time. Marzov takes that handoff, hands it off to Nkongo. He's going to make one guy miss, use the ref as kind of a blocker, cut it up, and that's going to move the chains for an Alberta first down.
What a nice little side shuffle by Nkongo, just making his man miss what could have been a turnover on down, results in the first down. That's a strong run by the young running back.
He's had some nice plays when he's gotten the ball. They haven't ran the ball too many times with him. That is, do I try pronouncing the first name? I know we talked to the team manager, Ryan, about the last name, but not the first name.
Well, I'll tell you what. Nkongo, his last name, great athlete. And you know, it's difficult to get the ball to everyone. They've got a lot of good athletes in that Team Alberta offense.
He's out of the Calgary Bulldogs program there. We see a couple players from that program along with the Calgary Cowboys, the Mavericks.
As right on cue breaks a massive run for the first down there. That's Nkongo again with the carry, setting up a first down inside the 15-yard line.
He's starting to heat up.
He's heating up.
That's right. So that's going to make it first and not goal quite. Looks like they're on about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, a big run off the left side here on the left tackle, number 55, making a key block on that.
Marzov will stay in. Nkongo in the backfield here. We'll see if they look to keep him going on this drive.
Are we thinking read option here, scrambling to the right, going to 11?
They've done that a few times. Marzov takes the handoff. He does give it to Nkongo. Fumble on the play, recovered that time by Alberta. Looks like number 24 falls on it.
Yeah, number 24 is playing slot back, tight end, a bit of both. That's a big play. Statistically, it doesn't seem like much, but you got to recover those.
Yeah, number 24, Sebastian Alatori Hinajosa. Nice job on that recovery.
Nice pronunciation as well.
I might have been completely wrong, but if you say it with confidence, only the parents know, so I apologize if it wasn't accurate, but it felt right. So, second and long here. Not goal, though, for Team Alberta. They can get a first down still. As we see these sticks step back here. Marzov takes that snap off the turf, looks to run. QB dropped the middle, but great job by the BCD line. A handful of them stuffing that run.
The Team British Columbia front seven coming to life when it matters. Forcing a field goal, not an easy situation from Team Alberta. They're going to kick it here, go for it. It's a challenging place to kick a field goal from. The weather's starting to play an element. The wind is in their face. We see the flags are waving. You know, they were dead when we started the game. Now there's a bit of wind in the face. I think Team Alberta is going to go for this on third and long. Yeah,
they are. They're going to keep the offense on as Marzov gets the play in his helmet with that electronic communication that we've talked about. We see Nkongo in the backfield. Odenya to his left as we see that tight end shift. Lots of motion this play. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. Looks like some confusion and time count. Yeah, I was just going to say that time running down there.
It's a situation where they had the formation just flipped, right? So they had their strong side receivers on the weak side on the strong side. They tried to audible and make the change, but unfortunately too late. So here comes the penalty, and now we might see a punt on 3rd and 17.
Yeah, we see big number 65 coming back in for Team Alberta. That is McGuire Woods. Nice to see him coming on. It looks like he's still hobbling a little bit, but he's going to try and tough this one out.
These linemen, they're built differently.
So, 3rd and long now, 3rd and 19. Marzov in the gun. He's going to take the snap, looks to roll to his right. He's going to try and hit his receiver on that flag and gets pressured in the backfield, breaks a tackle, sets his feet, now just throws it up, and that's going to just go out of bounds and be incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Intelligent play by the D-line, BC number 75. He had a chance of getting a big lick on that quarterback, but you know what he did, Chris? He went nice and easy, made sure he's not taking a selfish penalty on 3rd down. just never shows in the stats, but it's a really intelligent play by the D lineman.
Yeah, nice job, number 75, Finn Mayberg out of Lord Tweedsmuir. I remember announcing that one last year. Out of Surrey, BC. Nice play by him, forcing a turnover on downs.
Now, I've got a star next to 75, Finn, and I'll tell you why. He's one of only 5 returning players for Team BC, and you can see his veteran presence. He's played some footballs. He acted the right way there.
Yeah, great job. We see a new quarterback in for BC here. First time this game. Try and get a number on that. Motions in. He's going to take that snap off the turf. Does a good job just to pitch it there. Pitches it to number 13, but this is going to be a huge loss in the backfield.
Yeah, that's tough for the new QB coming in. You know, it's not what you want to do your first play, but not exactly his fault. BC, they talked about the second quarterback, said he was a good athlete. What they really liked about him, intelligent football player. He reads defenses well, and coaching staff says he makes quick decisions. That's something you want out of your quarterback.
That's number 15, Nicholas Woodger, out of Mount Douglas Secondary in Victoria there. Picks that tough snap off the turf, and unfortunately, that's a big loss. It's going to be 2nd and a mile here for Team BC.
Now, Mount Douglas Secondary, that's not a small high school, 5-time back-to-back champions in British Columbia.
Was that enough to backs?
Well, it's 5 of them.
That's right. So Woodger in the gun here, motions the receivers across. He's going to take that snap, and once again, another time count.
Starting to get tough here for the offenses. That's a 4th time count violation we see today. I'm going to make a comment, an assumption. Might be right, might be wrong. We're allowed to debate on this one. Is it possible that the coordinators who are now learning to use headsets communication with the QBs, are they relying on that too much, being a bit slower getting play calls in, or maybe they're talking to QBs a bit longer than they should?
You know, you might be onto something like that. Like you said, I believe this is the first amateur football game for Football Canada to ever have this. So, might be working out some kinks. Like you said, they're used to calling plays a certain way. This is new to them. And, I mean, the time counts speak for themselves that it's something that needs to be fixed. Woodger takes that snap this time, looking to his left over the middle, and that one's going to fall incomplete and hit the turf and bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, difficult situation for young quarterback coming into the game on 2nd and 30-ish, having to try to get rid of the ball and make a quick pass happen. I think we're going to be looking at a punt here or a safety.
Yeah, so we've seen Leon bomb the last punt, but again, they're backed up to their own 5-yard line now. It's a 7-point game. Do you take the safety here, go down by 2 scores, or do you punt it and then try and have your defense make a stand?
Normally, I'd want to take the safety. I think looking at the wind here and the flags, the way they're going, maybe it's your last chance to get a punt off with the wind in your back, and maybe you try to pin Alberta as far back as you can.
Leon will kick this one. It's going to bounce at around the 40-yard line and stop right there. And Odenya takes that off the bounce this time, makes some nice moves to the left side, and Team Alberta is going to have great field position here.
They sure do. It's a chance for Team Alberta here against the wind to maybe work some even more clock as they get towards the end zone and punch more in. They could take a 2-point lead here. This could be a big turning point.
Brought down eventually by number 10, Bennett Anderson, by Team BC. So we'll see here. It looks like Owen Parker is going to come on for Team Alberta here at quarterback this drive. We've seen them do that a few times. Wouldn't be surprised to see if they get his legs going. He's made some nice plays on the ground.
Absolutely. Reading the comments here, we love you guys are sending in comments. Let's go Finn, number 75. Absolutely great football player. Dave, Sask has never lost, ? That is correct. In the U16 tournaments, they are back-to-back champions with an undefeated record.
So Parker takes it, and he looks to throw this time off the right side. Quick little fake to Odenya, and then gets that out to number 20. That is, I believe, Matthew Delpech. He's had some nice plays in this game.
He sure has, and it's the same play call they had late in the second quarter when they try to do the play action, the combination between these two players. This time they do connect, and they get a first down deep in BC territory.
Brought down by number 12, Trey Adelier, out of the Handsworth Secondary School in BC, North Vancouver. We have an injured player down currently. That's number 33, Hector Hall.
Pat Cuesta being called Leon. Yeah, in our roster we have Cuesta Leon as the last name. We've been told that he goes by Pat Leon, but absolutely that's the same player we're making reference to here.
Yep, he's made some nice plays at quarterback, nice plays kicking the ball as well, punting, and their field goal kicker as well.
A great athlete. He's been playing very, very well. He's been a bright spot for Team BC. One of many, but it's hard to not talk about him when we talk about the positives.
Owen Parker here getting ready to take this snap. First down for Team Alberta. We see Dopesh go off to the right side. Parker's going to look to keep this himself on the QB run right up the middle. Sneaks through a nice hole there, and it's going to be close to another first down.
Oh, you called it. You said quarterback run game when he came in, and it's exactly what they're trying to do. Now, we do have a flag on the play here, so we might be looking at 1st and 20. Or is that an offside?
We'll see here, brought down by number 19, Jake Piasta on the play.
Again, love the comments coming in. We get a bit of a feel if we're making mistakes up here. A reminder, we don't know these players very well. We got a bit of information.
Not at all,
no, not at all, as is the right statement. Through the coaches before the game and yesterday through some phone conversations and emails, and we'll do our best to get pronunciations right. We know we'll make some mistakes. There's no question about that. But we'll do our best. So keep sending some feedback. It's good to read what you guys have to say as well, and we'll try to interact as much as possible.
You know, every year we ask for a phonetical roster, but yet haven't got it yet.
It's a difficult one to receive.
It is. But like you said, we're doing our best, and appreciate everyone watching at home here that couldn't make it to Regina. Sports Canada TV doing a great job hosting this tournament on YouTube, which is awesome.
Yeah, very much so. We have over 500 people, 514 people watching now, says the live stream, so that's super fun. Plus anybody who's watching with a friend. So, for an average of 2, that's over 1,000 people.
So we'll see here what the call is. It looks like officials still discussing this one here. Talking to the Team BC captain. So Olivier, game 1 of this U16 tournament. This is a quick tournament, just 2 games. Winner of this game going on to play for a gold medal. On Saturday here at Leibel Field, we have Team Sask playing Team Manitoba after this as well, looking for that right to play for gold.
Yeah, and this is what's really tough on the kids. You're playing this game right now. It's number 3 against number 2. It's a tight game. 2 very good teams. One of you get to move on. You feel great. You go in the gold medal. The other one, you feel like you're defeated. You've lost your chance to play for the gold medal. Now you have to go play for bronze. Of course, still plenty to play for, and you go all out. But this game is super meaningful to these 2 teams.
Yeah, so looks like that penalty is on Team Alberta, and it pushes them way back.
Well, it's a massive penalty because we're talking U16 football. Nobody's kicking a 55-yard field goal against a win here. So Team Alberta on first down, they've got to find a way to get much closer to the end zone if they want to get points.
So it's going to be first and about 25 here for Team Alberta as we see Owen Parker staying at quarterback here. He had a nice run on that last play. We'll see if they look to do that. Again, he's got split back in the backfield.
And a lively crowd making a ton of noise here cheering on the Team BC defense.
Parker takes that snap. He's going to hand that off to Adenyo off the right side. Makes one nice cut, breaks the tackle, spins back in, and a good job by the defense there finishing it up at the end.
Absolutely. Good pursuit by the defense. Limits the gain to about 6 yards. We're looking at 2nd and extra long, still 2nd and 19. Chris, you're a head coach. Are you telling your offensive kick coordinator, hey, give me 10 yards, I want to kick a field goal? What are you saying here in a 2nd and 20 situation?
You know, we've seen Carter Millsap make a couple nice kicks in this game here. I don't know how confident they are. I believe early in the game they went for a field goal that had one get blocked at the line of scrimmage. So I feel like they're going to go for it on 3rd down here. So try and get some yards and make it a bit easier after this.
Yeah, and are you going your superstar, Xander Odenyo, on this?
Looks like he's going to motion off to the right side, come back in for that jet motion. They will fake it to him. Carter is going to keep it himself this time, going off the right side. Team BC defense does a nice job containing him, but Carter just puts his foot in the ground and gets a great gain.
What a fantastic play call, right? They fooled me. They're going, hey, let's act like we're getting the ball to number 11, our playmaker. But our quarterback's going to keep this one, give us a manageable 3rd down. We went from 1st and 25 to 2nd and 20 to now 3rd and 7.
Yeah, sorry, Owen Parker there, quarterback with the carry. Nice job. And I believe that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter here. We'll see if the officials are going to give it one more play, and they are not. So that's going to take us to the end of the quarter. Team Alberta still leading 14-7 here.
And that does make a difference because now the wind's in their back. If they do want to kick a field goal and they were unsure, it does make it a bit easier for the field goal team. But I think they're going to stick with it and go for it on 3rd down.
I think so too. We've mentioned that Parker's doing a nice job keeping it on the ground as well. We've seen them kind of do that play action and the quick throws off the right side. So we'll see here. Great game so far. Another great battle between Alberta and BC.
A fantastic game. You know, last year we were fortunate to watch a wonderful game between the two. And now, again, we get treated by such a great matchup. It's anybody's game. I feel like Alberta probably has done a bit more than BC offensively, but BC's capitalized on turnovers, keeping them in this game. Again, the same storyline as last year.
Yeah, we've seen a few nice plays by that BC defensive backs. They've been a strength of this team. We've seen Owen West make some nice plays on defense. We've said his name quite a few times as well.
Yeah, a couple of candidates for MVP on both sides. There's 4 or 5 players who has really stood out and made plays. It could go to any of them.
So, Parker in at quarterback here. They will go for it on 3rd and 7. We see Delpeche looking off to the left. He's going to quickly throw to his right for a touchdown to, as you said, number 11, Xander Odenya.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give it to your playmaker, right, on 3rd down. It is one of your best players. He's shown tremendous athleticism all day today. Nice pitch and catch. They made it look easy.
So that's going to bring the lead to 20-7 for Team Alberta as we wait on this extra point from Carter Millsap. But nice drive there for Team Alberta, making the most of it after that penalty. It was 1st and 25.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a coordinator, I got 1st and 25. I'm going, all right, do I just take a knee and punt here, or do I give up? Clearly not. Great job finding a way to get yards. They've used their quarterback, number 12. And Chris, what are we seeing here?
So looks like there must have been a flag on the play. It's going to be 3rd down. Apologies to those at home. We didn't see that. And quick throw on the play, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, you and I both got lost. We started looking at our statistics, wanted to talk about what just happened without realizing there's a penalty on the play. So that touchdown's nullified. It's 14-7. It's 3rd and 12, and we got turnover on downs.
You know, we're up here in the booth at Libel Field, and there's a few support beams here that unfortunately cut off part of the field, and none of us up here saw that flag. So great job by the Team BC defense making the most of it and shutting Team Alberta down.
Big time turn of events. I know I'm like our favorite CD skipping. I'm repeating myself again, but last year it was all about Alberta getting chances, should take the game away, should take 2-point lead. It's the same storyline. I thought that Alberta finally did it, but no. BC is clawing and hanging into this game. They're making this a contest in the 4th quarter, and it can go anybody's way.
So Pat Leon in at quarterback for BC once again. He's going to look to throw this time. Pressure inside by that Team Alberta D-line. Makes one player miss, but then brought down. That Team Alberta D-line playing incredible since the start of the 2nd quarter.
Oh, they really are. They have to contain a good O-line from Team BC. Absolutely strength of their team. And Leon, who's been scrambling so well, limiting this to his 2-3 yard gain. They're really making a difference in this game.
Brought down by number 82, Cole Carr out of Lloydminster there. That D-line, we've said a few different names. It hasn't been one guy. It's been a handful of defensive linemen for Team Alberta, and their coach talked about their strength, and they're really showing it right now. Yeah,
a real team defense, and it's been really nice as well to see Keelan Reed step in and play that strong side linebacker position as well, and everybody's playing really well.
So Pat Leon looking to throw this time again. He does get this one off, and this looks like it's going to be intercepted by Team Alberta. He stays in bounds. He's got some blockers, cuts in, and he's going to take that all the way for a pick 6.
Massive play by the 6'3" defensive back from Calgary. I mean, Alberta needed something. Every bounce was going BC's way in terms of turnover. They finally get one. They get 7 points. That's a game breaker. It's now 20-7.
That is number 5, Nima Ramani, out of the Ernest Manning Griffins in Calgary there with a great play and a great job by his defense blocking for him after the pick.
Oh, you know they're celebrating this one in the end zone with joy. They deserve it. That's a big-time play for Team Alberta.
So we might have missed that flag, but now the score is 20-7 as we wait for the extra point. So it just took a little bit extra to get there.
It sure did. Now, okay, 10 minutes, 30 seconds left. I'm not saying this game is over by any means. It's 14 points, but here's where it's really nice for Alberta. They have the momentum. They have the lead by 2 scores, and they've got the wind, a strong wind, in their back.
Yeah, and that extra point is no good, so that will keep this score 20-7, and every point's going to matter here.
I sure will. The game is not over at all, but you got to like the chances Team Alberta's created for themselves.
So 10 minutes, 37 seconds left here in Game 1 of the 2024 U16 Western Challenge. Again, we thank everyone watching along at home here. Very thankful to be back here with Sports Canada TV and Football Canada. Another great game between these two provinces.
It really is. You've got two deserving teams, two very capable teams. They're showing some good football. Lots of pressure on Team BC, who's won the last 3 contests against Team Alberta. Has finished second 3 times in a row. Team Alberta on they're getting close. They're on the edge of getting a berth to that championship game. They're feeling optimistic right now.
Yeah, no, I remember last year, kind of a similar score, and Team BC came back, so we'll see if we're in for some excitement. We've talked about the weather, the clouds starting to roll in. We're hoping that we avoid any bad weather here. And as we wait for Carter Millsap to kick this one off, it's going to land on about the 30-yard line. They're going to let that one bounce to his returners, picks it up off that bounce. He's got some room off the right side there. He's going to try and take it wide. There's a flag thrown. So this one's going to be brought back, and a little bit of a late hit there, but not called. And we'll see what the call is here.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, and for the fans at home, we're seeing some high winds with the flag. I'm seeing about 15, maybe 20 umbrellas in the crowd. So it's substantially changed from what we thought was a 27, 20 degrees Celsius game where everything's warm. Very different turn of events. We'll see if it affects the game.
So that's going to be a penalty on BC, so that's going to back them up here after that kickoff return and make it a little bit harder here for their very important drive after that pick 6.
Yeah, this is their chance here to really answer back, and they need to.
So an illegal block on the play. I think we're in for another exciting finish in this game. Again, we were very thankful for the games last year between these 4 teams. Obviously a Western Challenge. We have the U18 tournament coming up later in the week. We're excited to be a part of that and get the whole country involved. As Pat Leon looks to take the snap, looks to throw, quick throw on the right side to his running back on the swing pass, makes one person miss, makes another couple miss. Good gain on that play.
Yeah, he's got a lot of grit, that quarterback. He's been playing well, making passes downfield, trying to run and use his legs. Good athlete in the backfield.
Brought down eventually by number 66, Riker Medke. Big D lineman, nice pursuit on the play, but it's going to be second and about 4 for Team BC.
And we've said Riker's name a few times. When you play nose tackle like he does, you're not necessarily going to be the one who's making all the tackles, but to be in the backfield, to occupy, the center, maybe a guard, it's a big job to do. And just the fact we mentioned him a few times tells us how good of a football player he is.
Yeah, you mentioned that Coach White talked about him before the game, and he's really proven to be one of those leaders that he's talked about as Pat Leon takes the snap. He's going to look to throw deep this time on the right side into double coverage, and that one's going to fall incomplete.
Yep, good coverage there by Team Alberta. Team BC obviously wanting to see a flag there on the play, and don't blame them. They need a big play, but it won't be on this one. We're looking at 3rd and 3.
So, Olivier, you think 3rd and 3 here, down 20-7, probably go for it here?
It's a tough one. You've got the wind in your face. Do you want to kick it back to Team Alberta's best player, punt return over there? It's a big gamble. It's one that makes sense one way or another. We'll see what they elect to do.
Yeah, I think they will go for it here as Pat Leon's getting that play in his helmet.
That's right.
Breaks the huddle here. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Leon on the right hash. Lots of motion in that backfield. Once again, Leon takes the snap at his knees, looks to throw. He's going to scramble. He's got some room. He's got to get that first down, and he will. Finally brought down on the play. Looks like another mouth guard coming off once again, but he's going to move the chains for a first down.
Okay, Pat Leon, playing amazing. He's making plays. He's showing zero quit. I really like that kid.
Yeah, he's played great. Obviously, he had that pick 6 on the last play, but he didn't let it affect him, and he's leading a drive here now, getting a big first down on 3rd down there.
Big first down is right. This is the drive. They need to find a way to get some yards. If they don't score here, they need to at least flip the field and give themselves a chance.
Leon lines up, empty backfield again. We'll wait for that receiver motion that we see so often with Team BC, and there it is. He's going to look to throw quickly off to his right, and that one falls incomplete. I thought he was looking to the slot back, but he just missed his wide out there.
Yeah, a little bit of a double curl, a little comeback type of route combination on the field side. Good timing on the play, just missed the receiver by a few yards.
2nd and 10.
So that will bring up 2nd and 10 for Team BC. We see that Big number 5 corner, Nemo Rahami hit at that pick 6. 6'3", 170 out of the Ernest Manning Griffins. He's had a good game out there. We'll see if they look to test him this time. Second and long. Pat Leon in the backfield. He's going to take that snap. Nice snap on the play. Looks to throw quickly over the middle, and that's going to be a drop. Was able to fit that into some tight coverage.
Yeah, receiver dig over the top. You know, there was some room for it, but unfortunately it falls to the ground. 3rd and 10.
So just under 8 minutes left here. Down 20-7. They are sending the punt team on. We've mentioned that Pat Leon is the punter. Maybe something that Team BC looks to do here. He's had some success punting, but he is punting into the wind here.
Yeah, I mean, what I don't like about a fake situation here is that it's an obvious one. What I do like is that Alberta has 2 returners. That means there's only 10 defenders left to play against the 12 of Team BC. So, you know, do you take the gamble?
Leon's just going to punt it this time. It's going to be caught on about the 45-yard line by Odenya. Nice job catching that in the air and brought down by number 44 leading the way. And there's another flag down here on this punt.
Really good coverage. You're looking at, however, only a 15-yard gain on the punt exchange before applying the penalty.
That is Keaton Woods, defensive back with the tackle.
It's going to go against Team Alberta, so maybe we'll end up getting about 25-yard net. Alberta starts on their own end with 7 minutes and a half to go. A Team Alberta score here almost puts it out of reach. Team BC has to be at their best.
Yes, we do see number 3, Zachary Arlane, trying to pump up the crowd here at Leibel Field. And it looks like number 12, Owen Parker, is going to stay in at quarterback for Team Alberta.
Both quarterbacks have played well. We've seen maybe a little bit more out of Marzoff, but I like what I've seen on the ground from Owen Parker.
He's going to line up in the split back as we see that number 3 coming out to the wide out on the boundary side here. Parker's going to motion number 24 across behind. Delpesh goes off to the right side. Looks like it's going to be a counter there to Odenya. Receiver taking the ball in the backfield. We've seen that a few times, and that's a nice first down.
Yeah, candidate for MVP. Xander Odenya was playing so well today.
Talk about that O-line leading the way, a couple pullers. Nice job by the Alberta line. We see number 65, who is dealing with that lower leg injury, McGuire Woods, toughening it out. He's playing really good while battling that injury. So that's going to move the chains and be a first down for Team Alberta. Owen Parker in at quarterback. Denya will motion off to the right side. Parker is going to take the snap. Denya comes back in on that jet sweep. He will hand it off to him. Nice job by his receivers blocking. He's got a ton of room out there on the left side. That's going to be another first down for Team Alberta.
Yeah, great receiver blocking down the field. Number 22 playing field wide out. That's Isaac Vandergrind. He's been playing well today. We haven't said his name as a pass catcher, but I'll tell you what, I've noticed him a few times making great blocks downfield, and that's just as important.
Yeah, we've talked about a few of the receivers maybe not getting the ball so much in the air, but doing a great job blocking for that run game as number 12, Trey Adelar, in on the tackle for Team BC. It's going to be a first down for Team Alberta. Owen Parker takes that snap. It's going to be a QB run up the middle. Nice job following his blockers and a great run on the play by Parker. He's going to be close to a first down once again.
Just shy of the first down marker.
Owen West once again on the tackle. We've mentioned his name quite a few times.
Yeah, playing really well on defense. Look, second and very short here. You keep it simple, keep it on the ground, try to get a first down. There's only 6 minutes left in this game, and a first down by Team Alberta, even 3 points, makes this a 3-score game.
Looks like we've got an injured player for Team BC. That is Owen West down on the play. Hopefully he's okay. He's been playing great here. 6 minutes left here in the game. Team Alberta leading 20-7 in the 2024 U16 Western Challenge, the first game here. As we await the next game, Team Sask against Team Manitoba. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Saskatchewan time here at Leibel Field. And it looks like Owen West is going to be able to jog off here, which is great to see.
Yeah, a few injuries today, but it seems like everybody's okay. There's been nothing serious. And again, don't want to speculate too much from up here, but just for the people at home, I know when you're watching and it's your friend or it's your son, you always worry, but nothing serious we've seen today.
Parker takes a snap. QB draw up the middle once again. Flag down, though, this time. And brought down quickly by the D-line. We'll see what the call is here.
They like running Parker quite a bit, and he honestly has been doing a great job.
Maybe an offside here. We'll wait and see. Great job by our officials today. You know, we've talked about tournament play. Obviously, sometimes it's a little bit sloppy just because of how few practices the teams have with each other. But these teams and these officials have done a great job. Football Canada, Football Sask, Sports Canada TV doing a great job. All the volunteers here at Leibel Field as well.
Oh, I agree. We have a great setup. We even have a photographer here. Shoot with Scrapes, his brand name. One of the best in the province. Honestly, one of the best sports photographers that I've seen. If you're at home, if you've got a kid playing, you want to make sure that your kid gets a nice photo, or I think the promo is 6 or 7 nice photos. Just go take a look at shootwithscrapes.ca or Google Shoot with Scrapes. You'll get some information on how to request photos of your kids, of your friends. And yeah, they're nice keepsakes.
So Owen Parker throws that deep into the end zone, and there was no flag for quite a while, but eventually about 4 or 5 seconds later was thrown. So it looks like they are going to call a PI here.
Yeah, and whether an official throws the flag early or late doesn't matter. Sometimes they're fumbling for it. A penalty is a penalty, and it's called. It looks like they're going to have first and goal. Nope. Let me stand corrected. A 15-yard penalty.
That's correct. Yeah, not a spot foul in amateur football. The right call, I believe. Receiver was being screened there on the play, so good job by the official throwing that flag, and that's going to give Team Alberta another first down.
I like that you use the word screening. Sometimes pass interference has nothing to do with contact. If the defender takes away the vision of the receiver and doesn't make a play on the ball, so for example, uses their hands right in front of their eyes, that's a penalty the same way as holding somebody's arm.
We see quite a few subs coming in for Team Alberta here. Maybe look if they look to go back to that double tight end power run here and run some clock off. 5 minutes, 41 seconds left here in the game.
Well, they are in single tight end, which they have been for most of the game. And yeah, I think handing the ball off for a quarterback run here makes a ton of sense.
Parker in at quarterback in the gun here. He'll take the snap, look to hand it off in the middle. That time they will. But a nice job by that BCD line, led by a couple of players there on the tackle.
I don't mind the play call. You know, regardless if you're successful or not, there's only 5 minutes left in this game. You're continuing to impose your will, and then you're in control of this game. Team Alberta doing a good job making sure they close this game out.
Led by number 66, Isaiah Black. We've talked about him, that nose tackle. Nice play there by him.
Yeah, he's that player that head coach Richard White really likes. Things has a ton of potential.
So Parker will take the snap. Nice snap on the play, looks to play action. He's going to keep it himself, a little bit of confusion maybe, but he's going to take that in for a Team Alberta touchdown.
That's a beautiful play by the quarterback, making sure that, doesn't get stopped. There was confusion. Maybe he was taking his time to read, but regardless, he makes it work. That O-line goes to work, and they score this touchdown.
Nice job by Owen Parker. We've talked about him keeping it on the ground, and that time he gets in for another Team Alberta touchdown. And that one's not going to quite end it, but it's going to make it quite tough here for Team BC unless they can score quick.
It sure is. And if you're Team Alberta, you got to feel good about your offense today. Tons of yards, both on the ground and in the air, playmakers, 2 quarterbacks who have shown ability to play at this level very, very well.
So Team Alberta here going for 2. Parker's going to stay in at quarterback. This time the touchdown does count. Parker motions the receiver. He's going to take that snap. We see Delpeche going off to the left side. Quick rollout, and he's got Odenya in the back corner. And, number 1 that time. Number three, Zachary Arlane with the reception on the 2-point convert.
Yeah, nice little motion, and then they got themselves a deep corner route on the field side. Quarterback saw it right away, put the ball up where there was space. A nice pitch and catch for the 2-point convert. They're making this a 21-point game.
So 4 minutes, 43 seconds left. Team Alberta leading 28-7. They get that missed extra point back there on the nice reception by Arlane. So we wait for Carter Millsap to kick this one off for Team Alberta. BC's got to score quick here if they want any chance of staying in this game.
They have to find a way to score 3 times to tie this game up. So with 4:43 left, in the game, you don't hold back here. You're going for it no matter what. You're going with your best plays, and you're putting the ball in your best athletes' hands.
Great crowd here at Leibel Field in Regina, Saskatchewan. Second year in a row here for the U16 Challenge.
Lots of orange, lots of blue. Parents traveling from far.
And that one's going to be scooped up, and it should be blown dead, and it is. So,
not a bad decision by number 23 there from BC. The ball's on the ground. You know what? Let's give it to our offense as quickly as possible. 35-yard line. Decent field position.
So I'm a little surprised we haven't called Cody Hagel's name in the air or in the offensive plays here for Team BC in quite a while. He was lighting it up in the first quarter. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go to him here and try and force something.
Well, he is a speedster, right? He's one of these shorter players, but very agile, very athletic. He's a team captain. I'd love to see him get more involved as this game trickles down.
So we see Hagel motion out to the right side. He'll line up at slot back as Pat Leon in at quarterback. There's that motion that we're so used to seeing. He's going to turn. He's going to hand it off this time off the right side, and he's going to get maybe another 6 or 7 yards after that.
As much as I want them to push the ball down the field because they need to score 3 times, Team Alberta is playing cover 2 very deep. They're basically inviting the run. It's not a bad play call, but they've got to hurry up here.
Yeah, number 15, Leonardo Burrows out of Harry Ainley with the tackle there. Great school in Alberta. We've had the pleasure of coaching against them in a preseason game once.
We sure did, and there's a special player coming out of that high school who is now a big name in Riderville.
Yeah, Joe Joe. Looking forward. I know Team Alberta is excited to see him play tomorrow here at Mosaic Stadium in Regina as Pat Leon hands it off that time, but that one's going nowhere. Led on defense by number 82, Cole Carr, on that big Alberta D-line.
Yeah, Cole Carr out of the Lloydminster Vikings making his presence felt, making sure that we're going through a longer third down and forcing BC to maybe... I was going to say maybe punt, but I don't think you do punt in this situation. With 3:27 left, you've got to go to your best play, or I suppose you're packing it in.
Yeah, definitely got to go for it here. Down 3 scores, 3 minutes left here. You come all the way to Regina, and hopefully they can get a first down, make this a little interesting here, but it's not going to be easy with the way this D-line's playing.
No, I mean, Team Alberta is not making it easy. Team BC has shown some very good stuff. They've had some positive plays, but that blue defense is pretty strong.
Yeah. You had the opportunity to talk to a couple of their coaches, Team Alberta coaches, before the game. First-year head coach for Team Alberta. That is Jordan Filippelli. Little bit of CFL experience.
Yeah, that's a CFL name some of you might recognize. He was an O-line coach last year with the program, but he's a first-time head coach with this team now. We've seen more running than passing out of Alberta compared to last year. Maybe a bit of an influence from an O-line savant.
That's right. I know how much you love running the ball.
I sure do when it works well.
That's right, when it works. It sounds like an OC to me. So Pat Leon is going to go for it here on third down. 3rd and about 6. Takes that snap. He's going to look to throw quickly over the middle this time, and it's going to be knocked down by big number 5 on defense, Nima Rahmani. That's another nice play by him.
Yeah, it's the 3rd time we say his name. He's a lengthy defender playing the boundary corner position. Very athletic. He's got that pick 6, of course, that we saw earlier, but he's playing a good game.
Yeah, another nice play. We've mentioned defensive backs on both teams making some nice plays, and that's another one for Rahmani to put on the highlight tape.
Yeah, and honestly, there's been a ton of highlights for both teams, ton of excellent players and athletes. It's the 4th time we say this, but this is great football.
This is great football, as you said. As we see number 9, Nash Marzoff, back in at quarterback for Team Alberta. Split back here. Marzoff's going to take that snap. We see a couple pullers leading the way for Odenya that time off the right side. We've seen that play a couple times now, and a great gain on first down.
You got to love being an O-lineman and getting a double pull to this field side. Everybody's saying, hey, let's follow our big pulling O-lineman, see what we can get out of it, and they get 9 yards on that first down play.
So 2nd and short. As that brings us to the 3-minute warning here. Alberta leading 28-7.
Okay, tournament like this, Chris, you've coached a lot of football. The game is not over, but you're up 3 scores with 3 minutes. You have the ball, the win in your back. Everything is indicating you're going to win. Are you trying to rotate a few players in, knowing that, hey, next game in 3 days, it's a gold medal game?
I think on this drive, you're going to keep your players in. As we see, Marzov look to throw to Odenya that time, and a nice job by the BC defender. That's number 3, Shavizir Gill, the corner out of Notre Dame, with a nice tackle.
Big tackle indeed against a really good athlete. It's a touchdown-saving tackle. It's an important one.
We see Gill down after that play, after the nice play he made. There is a flag down here. We'll see what the call is. That was second and short. As you said, Olivier, I think, this drive, still a 3-score game. There's not much time left. Obviously, Team Alberta is still feeding their superstar, making sure that there's no doubt after the last few years against this Team BC.
Yeah, my only doubt or question maybe I ask is, it's a 2-game tournament. The next game for both teams is super important. If the score remains the same, that means Alberta's playing for the gold. That's obviously a massive game. And BC, they want to end their tournament and their experience well. They want to win that second game and walk away with bronze. You're definitely not starting your second stringers next game.
No, for sure. Something to think about here, as it looks like the flag was on Team Alberta, so it's going to make it 2nd and 6 now. We expect Marzov to stay in at quarterback, of course, here, as Gill is still down with the BC trainers. Second game coming up, Team Sask versus Team Manitoba. Obviously, Team Sask, the defending champions of this tournament last year here in Regina. Really looking forward to that game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, all of these games have been great last year, and again this year we're seeing right away the level of competition continues to be elevated. It should be a good one at 7 o'clock tonight, and local time, and also a good crowd. I mean, Saskatchewan is hosting a tournament. The parents are going to be here, the friends. It should be a good time.
As we see Gill get helped off by a couple of the training staff there for Team BC. Appears to be a lower body injury. We hope that he is okay.
Question here about the broadcast being posted afterwards on the channel. I believe it lives on YouTube, but I'm not sure. I'm going to try to get an answer for you before the end of today, but my belief is that it is accessible after the game as well.
We see number 1, Kimi Olumbenjo, coming across there for Team Alberta. Marzov motions his receivers, turn and hands it off to fake handoff, as he's going to have to scramble here, and he's going to get tackled, and the official is involved in the play as well, but a nice sack on the play by Bennett Anderson for Team BC.
Flag on the play. That's a 2. That was a shoot.
Looks like everybody's okay there. I was kind of worried, watching our head official there, the referee Yves Lalonde fall down, but looks like he's okay. Just had to put his shoe back in. Everything is good. We've got a penalty on the play, though, and it's 3rd and extra long. Yeah,
I believe no end late getting on the line there. It's going to be declined. So 3rd and long, Team Alberta is going to punt this one away.
So BC gets the ball back, down 3 scores with 2:30 to go. Currently have 14 players on the field. Substitution is happening.
It looks like a few players coming off now.
Now they've got 11 and back to 10. 10 players on the field for Team BC. They're probably going to have to call a timeout here, try to get some players in. Now we're up to 11.
Okay, time is whistled in. The walls are up now, so they're going to play this down, play short. A flag on the play, though. Not a bad kick there. Going to be picked up at about the 10-yard line, but quickly brought down on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, really nice punt by Team Alberta, pinning them inside the 10 and limiting the return. We'll see what this flag is. It might be a late substitution.
Yeah, I think they subbed before the gates were up, so that should be okay now. I don't know if maybe BC was offside. I saw some early motion there, but we'll see what the call is. I think Team Alberta would decline that, just take the punt, though, if it is.
Well, it looks like the weather has died down a bit. The lightning scare is far away, so we should be fine, for the next game as well. We talked about that a little bit. We've been fortunate. Fairly nice day today, minus 10 minutes of rain in the middle of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, started off quite hot. I'm sure the athletes aren't too upset about it being a little bit cooler, as it was an offside on Team BC there. Alberta will decline that, so Team BC will start with the ball here. Just over 2 minutes left here in the game.
Tough spot to be in. Ball, inside your own 15-yard line on the 13 here, I think. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left, down 3 scores. What do you do here as a head coach?
I think we've seen BC show that they're not giving up quite yet. I expect them to still look to throw, although we do see the backup quarterback in here, so maybe a different philosophy here now for Team BC to finish this game. As they will look just to hand it off this time off the left side. Nice job breaking some tackles, and that's going to be a nice run for a first down by Team BC. Sorry.
And I love the work out of the offensive lineman, including way out in the boundary, number 68. That's Kingston Miskinis, the offensive tackle out of Lord Tweedsmuir out of Surrey, BC. 15, 20 yards away from the play, finishing his block on a pancake. Really nice work by the offensive lineman. Chris, you said no quit. Yeah, I'm seeing that in the player as well.
So that's going to move the chains for BC and bring up a first down. That is Caden O'Dwyer with the carry there for BC. He'll motion in once again. He will stay into pass pro this time. They're going to look to throw to the right, but that one's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, really nice timing with Steele Law in the backfield. I almost thought he was going to catch the snap, but he just didn't turn fast enough to get the ball from his quarterback. But I really like the motion package that showed there.
Yeah, Nicholas Woodger in at quarterback for Team BC to finish this one off. It's going to be 2nd and 10 as we see Team BC sub on here. Number 57, Avery Robertson, getting ready to snap the ball here for Team BC as Woodger is in the gun. Motion there. Woodger's going to look to pass, look to his right, quickly look to his left, gets that off, caught by number 11, and he's going to be brought down once again by number 5, Nima Romani. Another nice play on defense by him.
Yeah, and good job by the Team BC. Offense to keep it moving. They're getting 7 or 8 yards here, get himself a chance at 3rd and 3, a chance to get another first down and keep rolling with the offense.
Steele Law with the reception as we have a injured Team BC player here. Expect Team BC to go for it here, of course. Want to thank everyone again for watching at home or wherever you are watching this game. Obviously very excited about the crowd here we have at Libel Field in Regina and all the volunteers making this event happen.
Yeah, as well as the broadcast crew. We got 3 different angles on the cameras. We got some nice replays. I hope it's been enjoyable at home. I know that for us, it makes it fun when we get access to all these cool shots. So thank you for everybody working on this and the broadcast, and hope you're having fun at home as well.
Injured player is number 68, Kingston Miskinis, although he is getting up and walking off here for Team BC, so we hope that he's okay. So it'll be 3rd and 3 as we have Nicholas Woodger in at quarterback here. We look to see if he maybe wants to run this himself, although he's had some nice throws in the game as well. We see O'Dwyer motion in as well. He's going to look. He's going to get that handoff this time. But a good job by that Alberta defense. O'Dwyer keeping his feet moving. It's going to be close to a first down.
Well, O'Dwyer's been a tough runner today. I like what I've seen about him. This was 3rd and 3. He needed to keep his feet going, and he did. He deserves the first down on that one.
Yeah, definitely earned that one. Minute and a half left here in the game. BC getting a couple first downs here, not giving up in this game. Woodger looking to the sideline, some confusion there. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Motion there. He's going to get this snap off. Quick throw to the right side. That one's complete. He's going to get close to that first down marker. Nice tackle on the play. Finishes it up there. And they are going to throw a flag. I thought that it was okay from here, but obviously a far away for us. And they're going to defer to player safety on that one.
Yeah, forward progress brings us to 2nd and 1. We'll apply the penalty here. Have a feeling is going against Team Alberta, right? Which will help this Team BC drive. There's still 59 seconds left, a chance for Team BC to drive and maybe get some points before this game ends.
Number 88, Nolan James with the reception there. So it will be a roughness penalty against Team Alberta. That's going to move the chains for a Team BC first down, ball on the 47-yard line.
Presentation of the offensive and defensive player of the game.
Ends up being a 26-yard play. It's a long drive so far for Team BC. They're doing a great job closing this game out in a way that's positive for them and brings them momentum for 4 days from now.
Woodger motions his receivers there. He's going to look for a quick toss that time. And Team Alberta, nice job setting the wall there. The running back did a good job to get some, actually get back to the line of scrimmage there on that one.
Yeah, tough run. You know, we're seeing so many different athletes make contributions today to the offense, to the defense. Yeah, really well done.
Leonardo Burrows in on the tackle out of Harry Ainley for Team Alberta there. So bring up second and long. Time is running now.
Thank you, Tyson, for the kind words. Doing our best up here, have an absolute blast. Watching from New Brunswick, look at that.
Hey, there you go. You know that place quite well.
I do know New Brunswick quite well indeed, growing up in Moncton myself.
Woodger with the motion here, gets the snap, looks to throw to his right, ball away quickly. That's going to be close to an interception, but caught on the play. I thought that one was maybe going to go the other way, but Woodger was able to fit that one in.
That's Nolan James from Kelowna who comes out and makes a nice play. That's a difficult catch to make because it's distraction. You're expecting the ball to be tipped. You're not sure what's going on. Your vision is impaired, but great first down.
Yeah, great job by James there with the reception. 28 seconds left here in the game.
Timeout.
And that's going to be a BC timeout.
I like what I'm seeing out of BC. You know, there's 3 minutes left in the game. They put in a fresh quarterback in. They're driving the ball all the way down the field. It'd be great to see him come out with 7 points and make this game 28-14. I know they're not going to come out with a win today, but it's a nice way to end the game and get ready for, and I said 4 days later, it's 3 days from now, for their bronze medal game, most likely to happen.
Yeah, it's a quick tournament, just 2 days here for this U16 Western Challenge playing today and then again on Saturday here at Libel. As well, we've mentioned that the U18 tournament is here as well in Regina this week, mixed between Libel and Mosaic Stadium, so we're looking forward to announcing that one as well.
And I love that we're having these regional challenges. It's an introduction to what Canada Cup is for these kids, maybe a year or 2 years down the road, and great experience.
Woodger takes that snap at his knees. He's going to quickly throw it, and it's going to be picked. Oh, it's dropped on the play. He was thinking about scoring on that one. That's number 10, Ryder Small. It's too bad he had a nice break on it, but just couldn't reel it in.
He made a great play, you know, deserves an opportunity to score there. It's a tough drop to make, but thankfully it's in a situation where it's not actually going to hurt his team too much. And I shouldn't say hurt, but, you know, could have made such a difference on the positive side of things for Team Alberta. We're looking at 2nd and 10. Great
job by his teammates. I see number 99, Evan McInnes, being a great leader there and just patting him on the back, saying you'll get the next one. So 2nd and 10 now, 24 seconds left in this game. Woodger in at quarterback for Team BC. Still looking to the sideline there. And it's going to be a time count, but they aren't going to call it. Woodger looks to throw quickly to the right side. That one's going to fall incomplete.
Pass from Woodger's incomplete.
The officials giving some leniency there with the time clock, which I don't blame them.
Third down and 10 here, Chris. I think with 20 seconds left, they're going to like to go for it.
Yeah, definitely go for it here. We'll see what Woodger has for the play call from his sideline. Again, haven't called Cody Hagel's name quite a bit here since the first quarter. He had a great game early on, getting that touchdown for Team BC. We'll see if they maybe look to go to him here. Woodger takes the snap, quickly looks to his right, gets some pressure inside there, and that one's just going to fall harmlessly to the turf.
It's a tough one on 3rd and 10 where you might want to try to force one deep and do something, giving your receivers a chance, but instead we're going to get a turnover here. But tough situation, quarterback coming in. Great drive to end the game, got to say. They got about 65 yards on that drive, and then now Team Alberta's coming back in with 16 seconds to go. Might take a couple of knees here and call it a day.
Yeah, I would expect them to just take a couple of knees here, get out of here, and get ready for the gold medal game. They'll see the winner of Team Saskatchewan versus Team Manitoba on Saturday here at Leibel Field. Looking forward to the next game.
As we see a set of knees here, Chris, we saw a lot of bright spots from both teams. I want to talk about Team BC first. Did a ton of great things. I know the score is 28-7. It was a closer game than that in my mind. Really like what obviously we saw to the quarterback. I thought a couple of offensive linemen had a really good game as well. We don't talk about those guys enough, but some really good stuff out of Team BC as well. You know, not getting the win today, but still something they can be proud of as they work forward to the bronze medal game in a couple of days.
So, great first game here at the 2024 U16 Western Challenge as we see Team Alberta advance to the gold medal game, which will take place on Saturday here at Leibel. Stay tuned for the next game, Team Saskatchewan versus Team Manitoba, starting shortly in about 45 minutes. See you then.
45-yard line. A reminder to all parents and guardians and friends of today's participants that you can meet them following the game. Do not attempt to go on the field or enter the locker room area at any time. Please stay in the designated spectator area. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join us in congratulating both teams on an astounding performance in a great game. If we could draw your attention to midfield, we will commence with the presentations of the most valuable offensive and defensive player awards to both teams, as chosen by the U16 Western Challenge Selection Committee. Presenting these awards is Mike Humany. The winner of the most valuable defensive player of the game award for Team BC, number 32, Owen West. The winner of the most valuable player of the game offensively for Team BC, number 6, Cody Hagel. now the winner of the most valuable defensive player of the game for Team Alberta, number 5, Nima Ramani. And the winner of the most valuable offensive player of the game award for Team Alberta, number 11, Xander O'Donnell. Thank you all so much for your attendance, ladies and gentlemen. And just a reminder that coming up next is the second game of the day between Team Manitoba and Team Saskatchewan with a scheduled kickoff time of 7:10 p.m. Thank you all so much for joining us at day 1 of the U16 Western Challenge.
After the rain.